Hey guys, this is Eric Conover from Nerdy Geek Talks. First of all, your nerdy geeky needs here with episode 76 of Steel City Bots. And before we begin, I'm going to make a plug. Even though I'm also going to make this plug, well, Miguel's going to make this plug at the end of the episode, because it's something very important, and it's something that I know not everyone listens. Surprise! Not everyone always listens at the very end of podcasts. Sometimes they'll skip the endings. I don't blame you if that's you. But, yeah, so there's a new podcast that is in the Nerdy Geek Talk feed right now. It only will be for like the first 3 episodes, probably as just a little bit of promotion till we get its own feed, and that is the Brotatoes podcast, which also there is a counterpart to that, a YouTube channel for the Brotatoes, where we do YouTube. It's separate. The podcast will go up there as well, but yeah, it's something that me and my brother are doing, and I'm actually really excited about it, especially the podcast part. That's going to be pretty awesome. The first episode has some major technical difficulties, so if you listen to it, just be aware of that. There are multiple points throughout it where there's going to be some bad crackling, but that'll totally be fixed by the second episode. That was just because it was sort of a last minute thing to record when we were, and we couldn't actually find the microphone that Jesse uses. But yeah, go check out Brotatoes. You can also follow at Brotato Brothers. Just replace the P in potato with BR Brothers on Twitter and Instagram, and we will be posting plenty of stuff there. As I said, very excited about this. So yeah, check that out. But anyways, that's not
Thanks
what
for
today's
watching, guys. See you next time.
yeah,
Bye.
that was the entire episode. No, but joining me today on Steel City Bots, we have Onion. How are you, Onion? All right, Onion feels like being quiet, even though he was just talking. That's right, we're referring to Michael as Onion for this episode because I don't remember why, but I remember in the last episode he did something, and I said that he would have to be Onion for another episode. So you're still Onion. How are you, Onion?
Fine, I guess. How are
Jesus.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. Miguel, how are you?
Doing all right. Busy photoshopping.
Yes, some of the new stuff that we're going to talk about. And Jared, last but not least. How are you?
Oops. I am doing okay. I am very tired, and I am in the middle of a 7-day in a row span at Target. So,
That's
and I
fine.
just worked 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. today on cards, and I'm tired.
A shift. Yeah, that'll do it. But yeah. Well, I hope you're not too tired because, oh my god, we have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Probably more to talk about than we'll even have a toy fair. Oh, speaking of which,
Yeah.
you're listening to this. This is the episode, the last episode before Toy Fair. So, if you want, go tune into the live stream at Radio Free Cybertron from noon to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday, February 16th. I will be on that the entire time. Other people are going to rotate in and out. It'll be a good time, and we're going to cover all of it live. So, yeah, head over there to check that out this weekend for all your Toy Fair live streaming, and then trust me, we'll talk about it afterwards. So, yeah. Onion, what are our history lessons for this week?
The history lesson for this week. We are recording on January 11th. On this day in 1969, Lee Talker, the voice of Beast Wars Ravage and Ramhorn, is born. Also on this day in 2013, the street date for the Beast Hunters toys is the thing. Wait, January 11th? What the fuck? What the frick, Eric?
February. It's February.
Those were actually from February? You just wrote the wrong month?
I'm pretty sure I just wrote the wrong month.
Also, language sound jack.
Yeah, I realized sorry.
Wait, I thought you said frick.
No,
I
he said
I-
the other word.
I
dare
pretty
you.
much said the other word. What the
Oh no! It appears that they have gone. But it's okay, because Skype is being terrible tonight, and it's alright. It's fixed already.
Dude.
Jeez, I hate Skype, but it's okay. The show must go on.
Yeah.
Also, we forgot to mention this last week, but on January 30th, 2019, Christabella had the sentences sound Jack. Christabella gave birth to her daughter Chrissa on January 30th.
Hence her not being on the show. She
Yes.
has mandatory maternity leave
Yes.
to take care of her baby. So yeah, and
And
I did just double check. I got it right. I just mistakenly wrote January 11th in the show notes. I did actually get the events for February 11th, so we're good. We're all good. Yeah. So that is history lessons. What did we get this week? Jared, go first and make it quick because we have, oh my god, so much.
We got a lot this week, though, so this should be fast.
I know. I'm glad. No, almost everyone got just very few things.
All right, me first. Got Cybertron leader Megs. First time having this figure in over like 10 years. He's good. I love him. He's colorful.
So you had him when you were younger, but you hated him because you couldn't transform him, right?
Yeah, neither me or my brother we couldn't transform him or do anything, so he was just tossed to the side.
Is
And
he particularly hard? I mean, I know you're
No,
much
he-
younger then. I just can't. I was gonna say,
Um,
like, I don't think he is he?
no, we just couldn't. We were just bad at reading instructions.
Okay. I understand. I understand. And just to clarify, which of his alt modes is better? There's a correct answer.
I love the Batmobile.
Yep, the Batmobile is the correct answer.
I don't hate the jet, but
Oh, no,
prefer
there's
the
nothing
Batmobile.
inherently wrong with the jet. But there is a definitive better option between the two. Just saying. And it is the Batmobile. Miguel. Well, actually, no, Onion, what did you get this week?
I got nothing.
Haha. Anyway, Miguel, what did you get this week?
I went to a comic shop and
Saw cool stuff that I wanted.
they had tons of stuff, but the only thing I walked out with was a mint uncard Spy Changer, Scourge, and X-Brawn because there was a Nemesis Prime in front of me and I needed to buy it.
One that he already owns,
It was mint uncard. Mine's loose.
and he won't give me. He won't. Well, not give me. He won't sell me the loose one because he's mean. But no, I don't blame him.
You're trying to sell a bunch of stuff. Stop spending money.
It's a Nemesis Prime. That's acceptable to spend money on. Oh, by the way, I'll send you pictures after the show for Spider-Man stuff because that's the only thing I haven't put up is the comic Marvel Legends that I'm going to be selling. That's the only thing I haven't put up on my sales thread. By the way, if you want to buy some, especially 6-inch toys, go check out my sales thread on Twitter. But yeah, the only thing I haven't put up is the comic Marvel Legends because I'm going to take a picture of them and give you first dibs on Spider-Man toys. So I got this week RID Crash Combiner Shocknado because the name is just amazing and it's a purple repaint of the toy that I already kind of wanted. Was the name Skyhammer?
Yes.
The Autobot one, which I thought Skyhammer looked cool, and then they repainted it purple and named it Shocknado, which is so close to Sharknado. So I was like, whenever that was announced, I was like, I need to buy this at some point in my life, and so that point in my life has come, and I now own it, and it is a fantastic toy. Also got Galvatronus. I really like the Cyclonus from that set. I actually really like the team individually in their alt modes. Cyclonus and his Armada. But as a combiner, they're pretty good too. So, yeah, I think they might actually be better than... I think they're better than Menasor because they vary more than Menasor. So, yeah. So, those are all good. Fine and dandy. Now, let's get on to news. There is so much to talk about. So much happened. So, let's get on with a thing that actually happened most recently. And that is their pre-Toy Fair reveals for Cyberverse. And these are, whatchamacallit, brand new price points, and just new toy lines, and new toy line in general. It is, what are they called? Spark Armor, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
there
they're
are
Spark.
3 price points, correct?
Yes.
Yes, that we know of.
So $14.99 is the Battle Class line. That has Is it Wait, no. It's Skybite, Starscream, Jetfire, and what's the one I'm missing?
Prowl.
Prowl. So those are $14.99. Then there is $24.99 Elite Class Series, which includes Megatron, Bumblebee, and Optimus Prime. And then there is a $50 price point, $49.99 price point that has Optimus Prime in the Arc. What's that price point called?
There's no name.
Elite class, maybe?
No.
I remember seeing, but
That's the $24.99. There is no given name for the Optimus Prime, the $4.99.
Yeah, it just says the big boss of the Spark Armor line. The
Yeah.
$49.99 Arc Power Optimus Prime. So it might even, the price point might not even have a name if this is the only one to come. But anyways, you know what? Let's talk about this Optimus first, the big one, because he's the only one in his price class. He is a foot tall, and he is literally a semi-truck hauling the Autobot Arc as a trailer. Not
Their
even a trailer,
Starship
it's just on the bed.
that he pilots.
Yes.
Scale.
And
What's
the
that?
scale is amazing. I really want to buy it just for that. Also, the robot mode, which apparently I'm not the only person to notice, really, because of the color scheme mainly, and also just parts of the aesthetic with the spikes all over, really reminds me of the Transformers Prime Unicron that could combine into armor, Voyager Unicron that could combine into armor over the Prime Optimus Prime. And this just really reminds me of that. But it looks really cool. He has like the boots, he has a blade on his one forearm, then he has like, new shoulders, chest, helmet, and back guns. It looks really cool.
yeah.
If you want a Teletrain X toy, you got to get this because I don't think they're going to have anything else.
Probably not, no. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. You know what? If this is the only way I can get a Teletrain X toy, I'm almost certainly going to get this. But, as you guys mentioned earlier, I think was it specifically you, Michael, that mentioned they need to make they need to make a Megatron at this price point with a Nemesis. I totally agree. If they do that, I will for sure buy this and buy that because those would be amazing to have together.
Those would just be amazing display pieces for the ships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Be wacky cool things. Then let's move down to the Elite Class series, which has Bumblebee, Megatron, and Optimus Prime as stated. Bumblebee has a battleship that he combines with. Optimus Prime has a jet, and Megatron has is it a helicopter?
Yeah.
Helicopter that really looks like Spinister that he combines with to get not 4 arms, but he gets these like gun arms on the side, a new head, and basically just like a powered up chest, upper arms, and head look. And it's all purple, and it looks pretty cool. The Megatron underneath looks very standard. It basically looks like the Warrior, maybe without knees. I can't tell.
Does the Warrior have knees?
Yeah, I'm 90% sure the Warrior has knees. Jared, does the Warrior Megatron have knees?
I'm a check.
Does this one not have knees? Is my greater question.
It looks like it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, this
Come
one
here,
looks
Migs.
like they don't.
Nope, he has knees. He actually has ratcheted knees.
Yeah, I
Knees.
was
Doesn't
pretty
have much
sure
movement,
Warrior
but they're there.
Megatron had knees, because that's why I bought him. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Does
Ollie
this
doesn't have knees because of the transformation.
Yeah, it looks like he has knees inward. Like,
Yeah.
like breaking your leg inside out.
Yeah.
Maybe
Wait,
this
no,
way.
he might actually have knees. I can't... Because if you look, there's like a circle that almost
There's
looks like it could rotate down.
there looks like there could be a hinge.
Yeah, I don't
There
know.
could be. We'll have to see the in-hand models.
Yeah, which we should see these at Toy Fair. Also, the release for all of these is August 1st, 2019. They'll probably come out a little before then. But yes, one thing to note, though, since we're mentioning it with Megatron, which Megatron's plain robot mode actually doesn't look bad at all. Looking at that, it looks like a pretty decent Megatron. All of these seem to have pretty decent articulation. More than the Cyberverse line has provided so far. So it's an interesting thing to note. Some have more than others, clearly, though. But Megatron, he's all fine and dandy. But that Optimus Prime, that sure is an homage, isn't it? really dig that Megatron, though. I'm not gonna lie. I like Spinister combining with Megatron. But, whatchamacallit? Oh, wait, no, Megatron does actually have 4 arms. There are hands sculpted into the other arms.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was lying. So that means Optimus Prime is the only one at this price point not to have 4 arms in the armored up mode. Because Optimus Prime combines with a jet, which looks
The
like a little
number
jet.
4 arms, not actual 4 arms.
Oh, yeah, they all have
because
4
I
arms.
was hearing the other one
No,
first.
4. They have multiple arms. Prime looks fine by himself, but combined, that sure is a. That's a large.
It sure is a dark.
Prime has bicep swivel. Everyone else has like ball jointed elbows, so it's like they have a bicep swivel and an elbow. But Optimus Prime has an actual bicep swivel because his elbows are not ball jointed. I'm impressed. Okay, these are actually turning out to be like articulated toys. He even has thigh swivels. This is
Yeah,
impressive.
Prime's got 5 swivels. I haven't seen that on anyone else.
Me neither. But anyways, the jet power is a combination. Michael and I were arguing before the show over what it's an homage to. He says the Dark of the Moon, Jetwing the Dark of the Moon. Is it called Jetwing? Is it Jetwing Optimus?
No.
What is it called? Yeah, it's Jetwing Optimus Prime.
Thought that was the Sonic Corpse mode.
No, that's
Prime.
Jet Power.
Oh, that's Jet Power?
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe it's Jetwing.
I think it's Jetwing. But yeah, this is the Optimus Prime is. I say it's an homage to Jet Power because it has the actual jet parts on the body, whereas the Jet Wing Optimus has. But this has the miniguns, which the Jet Wing Optimus didn't actually in the movie, but it did have whatchamacallit.
Everywhere else.
Everywhere else, all other media and toys have the miniguns. So
I still think it's closer to Dark of the Moon, more so because of the color. But like, it's probably you probably just take both of them, switch them
I
together.
still disagree because the jet parts on his torso. I'm just like, nah. But it really is a combination of both. But either way, it's another flying Optimus Prime that combines with a jet this year. It's Miguel was not understanding it whenever he said this is the year of Sonic Corpse mode Optimus Prime. So this is another one. I'm 100% getting this one just for the fact that I need to have a picture at the end of the year of all Optimus Primes that like all flying Optimus Primes basically.
Mhm.
Because, man, this is crazy. And then Bumblebee, who is possibly the best armored up mode out of all of these toys. Bumblebee himself looks fine. He looks like a standard
helmet.
Cyberverse toy. Just talk about regular
Yeah,
Bumblebee.
sorry.
He's all cool and everything. He looks okay. But the real place to shine is his combined mode. And yes, the helmet, it looks like the G1 Bumblebee wearing a gas mask.
Or sub breathing mask.
Yeah, it really is probably supposed to be like submarine-ish,
Because-
but because yeah, he combines with the battleship, which makes massive arms and guns all over him. So he also has 4 arms and also a chest plate that is almost Darth Vader-ish because it gives like several readouts and stuff. He probably doesn't need it to live though. But yeah, all the guns on it, I love it, and I love that he just has a battleship. Now the battleship mode itself just has the hands sticking out.
Yeah.
The front and the back of the battleship, which is a little interesting, but still, it looks so cool combined. Also, apparently, 2019 is also the year of General Grievous Transformers, I guess. Shockwave started it. Megatron and Bumblebee are continuing on, so curious if we'll get any more in this toy line. Out of the 3 of this price point, which is your guys' favorite?
Probably the B.
Jared?
Probably. I'm screwing things up on my computer. Probably Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Cool.
Miguel?
hmm
I think the Prime with the all of them are just
Just the size class.
3 at this size class, so not the Optimus with the Arc, the Optimus with the jet. And then there's Megatron and there's Bumblebee.
B.
B. I think I don't know. I'm gonna say Prime. I'm equally excited for both Prime and Bumblebee, mainly
I
because it's
mean,
another homage. They're both very
for,
good, though. I think B is probably. I don't know. I don't know.
for me, Prime is a very close second.
I
Megatron sadly is not as close, but still looks cool and
Yeah,
fun.
Megatron's cool. He just is kind of not nearly as cool as the others.
Yeah,
Mainly because it's like they just did the top, which I don't know. It's weird because he's almost more integrated than the Bumblebee. But
yeah.
the Bumblebee just like works better. I don't know. Yeah, but I like it. Anyways, the last but not least, we have the smallest one, which is the $15 price range, and that has the Prowl, who I almost called Jazz for some reason, Skybite, Jetfire, and Starscream. I'm gonna go ahead and say Starscream's the weakest. Also, fun
Yeah.
fact: Starscream doesn't have any blue in his robot mode. The only coloration other than red and gray is purple on his wings. Now in alt mode, he does have a blue nose cone. But yeah, very interesting. Though I pointed out whenever Michael and I were talking about it that in his armored up mode with the which Michael called the little vehicle he comes with Scoop, which I like that he combines with. It almost evokes because it has the gold around the chest and then the head, the Decepticon crown from the '86 movie. Whenever he becomes Decepticon leader for 30 seconds, I think the purple maybe is meant to evoke the cape. And so
Yeah.
maybe it is supposed to be an Easter egg, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I would definitely say he's the weakest though, and he looks like
Mm.
he almost certainly does not have knees.
He's got knees.
Wait, does he?
It looks like it in the combined photo.
Maybe he does. I was looking at these earlier, and just because all the
Oh,
plastic
wait.
was in.
Yep, he definitely does have knees. I'm looking at the plain photo, and there is definitely a pin in the knee.
Yeah, there is a pin. Huh. Interesting. So looks like I may actually be getting the Starscream as well. I might be getting all of these, except I'm a little torn. No, I have to get the Prowl. Okay, so let's talk about Prowl next, because Prowl comes with it's trigger happy. He doesn't have a
Yeah, it
robot
does.
mode, but like what?
Yeah, it does.
It's
trigger
literally
happy.
it's literally
Yeah.
Cyberverse trigger happy.
Tell me how that's not. Someone in the comments, tell me how that is not.
Yeah, you can't even argue it. I mean, maybe could use some more paint to look more like trigger happy, but still, it's trigger happy,
Yeah.
which I freaking love. The combined mode is interesting. I don't know how I feel about the combined mode.
It looks better than the individual robot mode, I
Mhm.
think.
I don't think the individual robot mode's that bad on Prowl. His head's he looks a little chunky. Like, mainly his face. It looks
Yeah,
like they took his face and they were like, okay, but let's make the nose and mouth smaller.
Let's see
so
what.
the cheeks
Let's
and chin are
take the
much
face
bigger.
and see how it looked like if Prowl had 50 donuts.
Wow, way to stereotype. Because of the cops. Anyways, yeah, Prowl was the only one that initially, along with Starscream, I was like, I don't like that. But looking at both of them now, I don't know. I kind of like that.
Mhm.
There is, what's the other one? Let's talk about Jetfire next. Jetfire
Ooh,
looks
he's a
really good.
Character for this show.
Yeah, Jetfire is almost certainly going to be in season 2 of the show. And with the way Jeremy Levy was tweeting about the toys, he said that he definitely needs to get this one. We're pretty sure this is another one of the characters he's voicing.
Yes, because remember, if you heard our interview with him, he mentioned he's voicing 7 characters so far on the show, and they just got finished recording season 2. Well, he did. And this could definitely be one of them.
Is Rack and Ruin 2 or 1 character?
1.
But, like, technically, it's 2.
Okay, but they have the same voice.
No, I know.
And they're one body. They're not even as distinct as most Rack and Ruins have been. It's literally one body with 2 heads.
Yeah, and didn't they even talk at the same time?
They did talk at the same time, but they were also able to talk individual heads too.
Oh, but interestingly enough, Jetfire does not like share any parts or molding with any Seeker toys, but he does have a very similar body type and layout to Starscream and the Seekers, which is very cool to see. I like that. I like that a lot. That he's different, but he has very, very similar design cues. His little combiner partner is a tank, and also Jetfire's alt mode I think looks fantastic. A Jetfire just alone looks really, really good.
Yeah.
I'd buy him as a warrior. We'll get to that in a second, though. And then the armor up mode is decent. I'd say probably one of the weaker armored up modes because he doesn't really have that much armor. It basically looks like he got guns, and I feel like they missed an opportunity with the mask to make that the Jetfire like toy head. But apparently this is the year of screwing up Jetfire toy heads. We'll get to that later. I'm not bitter about that at all. I'm not as bitter on this toy. I don't blame. I just think it would have been cool on this toy. We'll get to a toy that really makes me angry later. But yeah, Jetfire is fantastic. But last, but oh my god, not least, possibly not least of the year, but best of the year, we'll see, is Cyberverse Skybite.
Who's the baddest shark in town? Who's the smartest shark around?
One of the
Skybite.
three.
That's it.
One of the three Decepticons in all of these toys, which there are whatchamacallits, 8 toys, so they almost have half. So that's not bad.
Yeah.
Skybite.
Better than,
I think
better than
Sky-
Siege.
Yeah, that is very true. Skybite is the best individual toy. No one can fight me on this. Though Jetfire is also really, really good.
Yeah.
But Skybite looks so good. Both his alt mode is just fantastic, and his robot mode is also very fantastic. And Miguel just shared with us, which we'll post on the Steel City Bots page, or we'll retweet it if Miguel wants to tweet it out from the Steel City Bots page. Is it called Cyber Shark?
Yep, Transmetal 2 Cybershark. I've been photoshopping his Skybite's stock images so that he can be in proper colors.
Yeah, what the original toy was. But man, Skybite looks good. You know what doesn't look quite as good as Skybite?
The drill.
Yeah, his drill, which is like fine on its own. It's not like inherently good or anything, but it's not bad.
Do one question.
What?
The wheels, do they
I was
move?
wondering that as well. I think they don't. I don't think the
Yeah.
wheels turn, especially looking
Yeah.
from the inside. There's no way they turn, actually.
Front one definitely does not.
Hmm.
Because that's one solid piece into there, so prob's not,
Yeah, the
which
ones
is
on the
weird.
inside maybe, but also is the face homaging something of the combined mode?
I don't
looks
think so.
Familiar to me. It's like a metallic.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like, I don't know. Like it like has like a shark mask around Skybite's face. I don't know. I just
So it's supposed to be referencing the front, the Megatron, Sharkticon Megatron's chest somehow.
which is homaging Sharkticons, really. Although yeah, it is like different. It does look more like that, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. It does look a lot like that. It could be that actually. I don't know because it does look familiar. That might be why. But individually, I gotta say, I think Skybite without the armor looks better than any of the other toys.
Yes.
Again, Jetfire is also super good. So out of the 4 lower class toys, Starscream, Prowl, Jetfire, and Skybite, and I'm pretty sure it's only going to be between Jetfire and Skybite. Which is your favorite, guys? I'm pretty sure I know
Skybite.
the answer. Jared.
The Bite of Sky.
Miguel, are you also on Team Skybite?
Miguel?
Miguel.
He's
We'll
asleep.
just assume he was on Team Skybite.
No, we're gonna assume that he was asleep. No, he's muted. I'm assuming he's Team Skybite. I really want to say Jetfire, but no, it's Skybite. You can't not say Skybite. I mean, you
Yeah.
can, but I am super excited for these. And another reason I'm super excited for these is looking at them. It appears that the way that some of them combine is it appears it could be different for some of them. Like Bumblebee appears to have almost no 5mm ports on him, but like Skybite and Jetfire have 5mm points in their hands, their forearms. Skybite has them in the biceps, also their like lower legs. So it appears as if a lot of these may be compatible with weaponizers from Siege. And also, Siege weaponizers could be compatible on Skybite and Jetfire, which also brings into the fact that those 5mm ports don't look very small on Skybite. Skybite, proportionally with the 5mm ports on him, he looks as if he's like warrior class sized. And he looks even better articulated than the warrior classes. So I'm questioning going into Toy Fair, is this replacing warrior class? And if so, that seems weird because $15 is what the warriors cost now. And this would be essentially slightly better articulated warriors, which really wouldn't need a price change because it's just how they mold them and design them.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need more parts count
The-
to give them that.
The
because
thing
they're
you're
doing ball
taking
joints.
away are the gimmicks that they
Yeah,
came
it's,
with.
it's the armored up. It's all the gear that they come with because they come with a separate little vehicle that parts forms into armor. That's a lot more parts. Where it's like, where's the budget coming from? So you would think these toys would be smaller, but again, looking at the 5mm ports, they look like the small class looks as if it's comparable to Warrior. So I'm
They
curious.
may
I don't know.
they may be smaller, but not Scout class small.
Yeah, I don't know, but I am certainly very interested to see
Like,
these at Toy
I wouldn't
Fair.
be I wouldn't be surprised if you took this Starscream and stood him next to the Warrior Starscream that he's shorter.
But similar. I don't know.
If it's substantially short or barely.
Although I'm looking at my Nemesis Prime now, and I don't know, the 5mm. Nah, see, the 5mm port on my Legends class Nemesis Prime, it looks much bigger compared to the forearm than
Well,
Skybite
I'm
does.
suggesting.
So I understand you're saying that they'd be shorter than the Warrior, but not Legends class. So I'm because I was having doubts for a second looking at my Legends class. I don't know. Yeah, I'm very curious. And my question is, will we still be getting Warriors?
That would also be a good question.
Because we don't know of any more Warriors at this point. All the Warriors we know about are now starting to come out with Prowl, Hot Rod, and Soundwave starting to hit retail in some places. So,
But it's entirely possible we'd still get.
oh yeah, I'm
more.
not saying we couldn't get Warriors. I think it's more. I would guess that we probably still will, but I don't know. It's possible this could be replacing that. And in all honesty, I wouldn't be complaining either because all of these look much
Okay.
better articulated.
Eric. Oh wait,
Yeah?
no, never mind. I was looking at the wrong size class.
Oh.
I was looking at Rangers. No, yeah. Well, what I was saying was there at the very least has to be more, because if there aren't, then there aren't going to be releases until these get released in the fall.
Yeah. No,
There's
I mean,
a-
once these start
gotta
to get
get-
released, yeah.
At least one more wave, unless
Yeah.
there's going to be a drought
Mm-hmm.
for Cyberverse.
Which is possible because these seem to be Season 2 toys, and, Season 1 did end, so it's possible we could have a little bit of a break in between, but I would guess that we'll probably get another wave of the standard stuff we're getting now that's going to be coming out in, spring, and then this will be coming out later, and we could still be getting more of the regular stuff. Who knows? We need to see for Toy Fair, especially with this. But this stuff is promising. This is the best of Cyberverse so far. This makes me very excited because this shows the show is fantastic. The toy line I like and I think it's good for kids, but I haven't necessarily gravitated towards a ton of the toys, but I still think that it's very important that we acknowledge they are good for kids. This stuff though looks fun for kids and me. I can't wait to buy maybe all of these, if not most of them.
I'm now questioning though if I want to pick up Ultra Class Slipstream, because I was going to do that because that's
Or
a
wait
good
for one of
voice.
these. Yeah, I was just going to say, Slipstream's like a
if we
block.
get-
We could see if we get a Slipstream for this.
I'm
Also,
because
I
my
would
thought
wait another
was
week,
that-
because who knows, maybe we'll get a Warrior Slipstream announced in that spring wave. We have no idea.
Well, I was thinking I was looking at the Ultra Slipstream because that's going to be a very comparable size to the Starscream from Siege.
Oh, yeah, because Voiderish. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, who knows if we get one from the bigger price point in here?
Yeah. Also, the question is, how big is the bigger price point now?
Yeah.
Oh, granted, that one could be ultra class because that's $25 instead of 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That one could be more comparable to the current ultra class.
Also, oh wait, that just makes me realize the ultimate classes for Cyberverse were the most expensive class at $30. They're breaking that because this Prime is $50,
This is
right?
50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is the most expensive Cyberverse toy made. But anyways, yeah.
Was the battle base more, or was that $30?
What's the battle base? The trailer?
The Optimus Prime with the trailer.
I think that was 30.
What the? Sorry.
I mean,
One of my lights went out, and I just changed it like a month ago.
but anyways, yeah, Cyberverse. Honestly, there's a lot of exciting stuff we're going to talk about. This is some of the most exciting stuff for me, especially getting me pumped for Toy Fair. This got me pumped for Toy Fair more than anything else because it got me thinking. It took me off guard and has me thinking about a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm not saying I'm not excited for the other stuff. I totally am. This just got me in the mood.
When are we getting her BotBots press release, Hasbro?
We will get stuff at Toy Fair, I bet.
I know,
They have not been ignoring BotBots.
Oh, definitely not. I'm just saying, I want a press release.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So, anyways, speaking of Toy Fair reveals before Toy Fair, this is a little bit older compared to that. But we have.
That's one.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
That we've only been through one article so far.
Yeah, we have multiple. Here's the next one for Toy. This is Toy Fair stuff that, even though Toy Fair hasn't happened yet, which makes me wonder, like, what do they have for Toy Fair if they're showing all of this beforehand? I'm guessing not a ton, but still some interesting stuff.
Everything else.
Yeah. So we have a new price point, because this price point was only like leaked listings after last week's show. So I actually started working on the show notes literally after the show last week. So I had in the fact that, we have a leaked price point for a commander. That commander's been revealed at $80 as Jetfire, but we'll get to him after the others because the others we already knew about. Omega Supreme is $160, which is what Predaking was. He's cool. He's the Titan class. We've already seen, gray pictures of the tank. Now we get colored pictures of robot mode and the entire alt mode. We see that he has blast effects for his robot mode, which I really, really like. And the alt mode, we get to see his Micromaster as well, and the fact that he does have the G1, the rocket ship, with the tank and tracks that go around it. And it's really cool. I really like it. How do you guys feel about Omega Supreme?
It's really nice. I'm very pleased. I cannot wait, actually.
Are you going to wait for him to go on sale, or are you going to buy him?
It's probably wait like I normally do.
I figured.
It's my normal.
Do you own
present.
Metroplex?
No.
I didn't think so. He's the only one you don't own, though?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
The only time I ever missed out on. Because I was too scared to ask because it was a $125 toy.
And now he's far more than a $125 toy. I was lucky to get him as I did. But anyways, yeah, so Omega Supreme, I love him. Jared,
the only thing I can say is that launch pad where the rocket is looks a little congested.
Yeah, it is a little small,
That's
but hey.
The only negative thing I can say about the base. Only thing I can say about the robot mode, the eyes look way too big.
Yeah, the eyes are weird. I'm very curious to see if they look that weird in person, like in person shots at Toy Fair. And also, Miguel placed this in our chat whenever it was revealed. The clear plastic spot in the middle of his chest is a bit weird. It looks off. It's not bad or anything, but it's weird.
Not accurate.
Well, is it accurate to? It's accurate to something, isn't it?
Not accurate to the show.
Yeah.
Say.
I think it's accurate to something, though. I just don't remember what.
Yeah.
Jared, how do you feel about Omega?
He looks good. He looks real good, actually.
I think he looks fantastic, and I can't wait to get him for a whopping price of 0, thanks to Chris. Because I won our bet. I'm excited for that. But anyways, Let's talk about the two fan vote toys that were revealed, and that is Deluxe Class Impactor and Mirage, who are both brand new molds. Let's do Mirage first. Mirage, I'm pleasantly surprised by. His torso's a little bit wide, and his legs do look a little bit thin towards the bottom, but other than that, he looks really good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very interested in how he transforms.
I'm pretty sure that's a fake chest that goes on the bottom.
Yeah.
The
I mean, like, there's bits I'm figuring out.
I know exactly
there's-
how his upper torso works, like how the arms work is
Yeah.
easy. It's the legs, how the legs, and I'm
It's-
guessing
It's exactly how the legs work, and it's exactly how the whole front of the car and canopy come out. How much of that is stored on the backpack, and how much of that is hiding in those wheel wells,
So
which
I
is
think the canopy is his backpack. I mean, the canopy is his back. I think that
Yeah.
the front part of the car and the wheels flip back onto.
you think the entire front section is in the wheels, the whole white bit. I mean, I agree with you. That's probably very likely.
That's
I'm
the
just like,
yeah.
which part?
The entire the wheels up are his backpack. They go on his back. There's nowhere they are in robot mode.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you can see the other two tires. They are on his legs, and that's like going to be the back tires. And so you can see where his feet are in the car mode, and like how his shins are the side of the car. So I think I understand how he transforms. But I do like how the way the arms and the shoulders is a little unique. Like I understand how it works now, but it was like kind of surprising and cool at first.
It's not the transformation you would have expected out of a Mirage.
No, and I dig it.
But it still looks like Mirage.
Yeah,
It still looks like
it a lot.
cartoon Mirage.
You know who
despite
doesn't look like the character that I expected them to look like? Impactor. Impactor is not bad. Just gonna put that out there first. But Impactor's disappointing. He does come with like the little spear hand, and you can swap out his hands due to transformation, so you can peg that in, which is cool. His shoulder cannon looks about right, though very flat. Face is a little weird, and the rest of him feels blocky, not bulky. It also looks as if the way he transforms, he may not have ankle tilt. I can't confirm that. We'll see it on the show floor, but it'd be ironic if the one toy voted on by the fans is the one deluxe toy that does not have ankle tilt in the line. It would be
Well,
funny.
Mirage was also voted in by the fans, but they were definitely
I was
voting
going
for
to say,
Impactor.
okay, let's be real. We know who was voted by the fans. It was Impactor.
Yeah.
Uh,
The surprising thing to me is how hollow his legs are.
Which I get, like a lot of people are bummed out about because the rest of the line has been very good about not being so hollow, but I really don't care that much. I am, like, it is a little interesting to see that, but I'm more interested in the fact, does he have ankle tilt? Because,
I'm interested to see him retooled into Cybertron Defense Scattershot.
yeah. But he is based more on his G1 Comics look. That is why he looks a little bit weird. He doesn't look like the IDW, like, which is what most iconic version of the character.
Yeah,
But
which is a lot better.
yeah, this isn't like, I don't want to say it's bad. It's probably going to be a Prowl scenario. Prowl has grown on me a lot. Siege Prowl. I think Prowl, I'm actually going to like him in hand, like when I buy him. Whereas, like, when he was revealed, I thought he was utter garbage. I don't quite think Impactor's utter garbage, but I think he's massively disappointing.
Yeah.
But Prowl, seeing more and more pictures of him, like from the renders, it was awful. Then in-hand pictures, I'm like, it's okay. Now to seeing even more and possibly getting him in hand soon, I like actually like him. I'm hoping that's what happens with Impactor with me. I don't know that though. So, but this toy line has made things that I haven't thought I would like as much better than I thought. So,
Wait a I just want to point out something I just noticed.
you can talk about the Autobot symbol?
Impactor's shoulders.
Oh no. Okay.
There's a mushroom peg to allow the 360-degree rotation, and then there's a pin into the piece that's on the 360 peg, the mushroom peg, that has the rest of the arm attached that rotates outward. Which, you see what I'm talking about, right? That's just odd.
Wait, are you saying there's a pin on the top of his shoulder?
There's the pin on the top of the shoulder that allows for
Is
the
that-
in the outward rotation of the whole arm, but then the inner part of it is a mushroom peg that allows the 360 rotation.
Yeah, like forward and backward.
Yeah.
Why is that surprising to you?
I just find that a weird combination. Well, more so weird about how high that pin is.
Yeah, but they have that piece underneath is what makes it not look weird because it looks like he has that material underneath. But yeah,
That's just different. I don't know. I just never noticed it before. I'm just like, that's not a thing I've seen on other toys. Like I know Hound and Sideswipe, they have a different system that looks cleaner. I'm just like, this is odd. I don't know. Sorry.
but his alt mode I think is not that great. It looks very Earth tanky to me. It looks like they put like spikes on the front and then his shoulder cannon and stuff on the top. But otherwise I'm like, this just kind of looks like it's an Earth tank as much as like Combined Wars Brawl is. But hey, it doesn't look bad or anything. It's just I don't care for it that much. Also, he does have the battle damage here near the treads, so he does have battle damage. Then we get to so now let's talk about Commander Class Jetfire. Really, what should be called Skyfire, but they don't have the trademark to that. I don't think. Or do they have the trademark to that?
I don't think so. I think they've tried a few times.
Have they tried, or have they just kept Jetfire because that's the one that they had?
Well, they want to call Skyblast from Energon Skyfire because he was a Skyfire homage, but then they, for some reason, had to call him Skyblast. I don't think there's been a choice since.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a Skyfire in the Car Robots RID.
Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, let's talk about this toy. This toy is called Commander Class Jetfire, and it is $80, and it is 11 inches tall. Now, due to stuff we're going to be talking about even after this, we've now seen it in hand, but these are the renders from the reveal. It is really 11 inches tall, because some people were saying, no, this is really just going to be the regular leader class that we had before. It's just like his wings and stuff are higher. This is really just $80 now for what leader class used to be, since the leader classes are like Voiders. No, this thing is massive. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's basically a foot tall. He's huge next to the rest of Siege. Could not be happier about it.
He's basically the old Supreme class, so like Unicron and Primus.
In Starscream, which I'm staring at right now.
Yeah.
So this is going to be good. I actually really want to see him next to that Primus toy now. I'm very.
What
curious
I
if
wanna
this one's
see-
taller. I think he might be taller.
What I want to see from the show floor is, because in the press release it talks about how in vehicle mode Jetfire has a gimmick where he's able to deploy deluxe class figures from his undercarriage.
Yeah, which I think they just peg on is my guess. Like I
Yeah.
don't think there's any way they actually incorporate. Like I think he probably just has
Well, no,
pegs
yeah,
on the bottom. But yeah,
but
no,
I
I
wanna
would love to see how many.
I want to
he
see
could carry.
if it maybe has some sort of release gimmick. Like, if it's just they peg in and they can't come out. You have to like smash them into the ground in order to come out.
Yeah.
Or if maybe
That's
they
my
do something
guess.
where it's like you squeeze a bit and then he just drops them.
I'm guessing it's they peg in and you just have to take them off. But who knows? We'll have to see. But basically, the reason I'm saying it should be called Skyfire is because the robot mode is G1 cartoon Skyfire, which is something that we haven't got a toy for like ever, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm glad for everyone who's wanted one. Personally, if you're not aware of the fact, let's go over this really quick. Because again, a lot of our audience is younger, and I don't blame you for not knowing this because I haven't known this. I didn't know this for a while. Skyfire and Jetfire are the same thing, but at the same time are not. G1 Jetfire was a toy that was imported. What was the name of the toy? Is it Val?
Valkyrie Macross from.
He was a Valkyrie designed from Macross, owned by.
I forget who it was owned by.
I forget
Tokadu
who.
Toys? Tokadu Toys?
Sounds about right.
Sure. But either way, so that's where the look for Jetfire came from. That's what Jetfire looks like. Jetfire is masked and such and has the alt mode. Now, Skyfire, they had to alter the name, and in fact, there's actually footage from the G1 cartoon where they had the name as Jetfire. They literally had them re-record the lines to say Skyfire. So there is versions of the original episode where they call him Jetfire, but no, he's Skyfire, and they modified the robot mode so much because they did they not have the rights to put him in a cartoon?
Takara didn't want, because Hasbro licensed the figure, but the line in Japan, Macross was still going on.
So they didn't have the rights.
Takara wasn't going to. Well, one, they weren't going to release the figure, and two, they didn't want to have on the show a competitor's product advertised. So they went back and completely did Skyfire from the ground up. And it's become somewhat of a legal battle this entire time, where every time Hasbro would release a Jetfire that looked more like the G1 toy, Harmony Gold, who is the licensor in the US for Macross, which over here was Robotech, they would constantly sue or threaten to sue. Eventually, Hasbro actually took them to court and won for the G.I. Joe crossover set, which then, a couple of years later, we got Generations Jetfire, who's basically a fusion of the two, of the toy and the cartoon.
A couple things. Harmony Gold took Hasbro to it. That they did not. Hasbro did not win.
Oh, they settled out of. It was like.
They settled and it was dismissed with prejudice.
Right, and then now what is it? Harmony Gold's losing the license, so they won't bother anyone anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what makes me even more furious. So, like the regular robot mode is Skyfire, as mentioned. He's very big. He also has opening and closing hands, but he still has 5mm pegs, which I love. He looks good. It also looks like he has a molded Decepticon symbol inside of the cockpit. Could be wrong about that, but it really appears that way.
Some pictures from today. Looks like
from where's that from? Wonderfest, right?
I believe the pictures that we came out today are additional ones from Wonderfest. Yeah, it looks like the where his Autobot symbol is will be a sort of panel that either it'll be a panel that flips around or there'll be stickers. I'm thinking it'll be a panel because in the G1 cartoon that's what he did. He took it off, flipped it, or whatever.
Yeah. And so you can make him a Decepticon or an Autobot, because in the original press release they did call him a Decepticon for the toy. But it does look almost like as an Easter egg there. It almost looks like there's a molded Decepticon symbol, or at least similar shape, underneath the cockpit, which I really like.
What I'm thinking possibly is that you can store, if it's two pieces, you can store the one you're not using inside of his cockpit.
Hmm.
But that is not the same size.
Is it not?
No, the Decepticon symbol that's inside the cockpit is far smaller than the Autobot symbol.
Well, whatever.
Theory disproved.
Interesting theory.
Oh, I wonder if, because the armor, so like going to the armored mode, this is what's supposed to be Jetfire, like toy accurate. He has like tons of guns, so he's supposed to have the head and then also the different chest and such. My problem with it is it doesn't look like Jetfire. Especially the head. The head doesn't. The head looks like they got the Jetfire head and then removed the antenna, which is a really big thing for that.
We just talked about how there's the case dismissed with prejudice and that Harmony Gold's losing the rights. But my running theory for why that is also why the chest has that color layout, because that's also not accurate, though the shapes are right.
But Thrilling 30 had the Jetfire face.
I just think
it doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make sense, though. That's what I'm saying. Is like the jet.
No, I
understand.
Way closer. It's a stupid. Like I understand it's a stupid reasoning, but the only thing I could think that makes sense is that someone like maybe legal was like, okay, that's too close. You got to change the colors and remove this little detail for us to okay it or something. A while ago, and again, I agree that's dumb.
I don't think so. The Thrilling 30 is way closer than this is. I don't think there's any way for that.
In terms of stronger,
there's nothing that makes sense for that though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand what you're saying, but that just makes no sense with how much closer to that toy is than this one. I don't know. It confuses me, and I would like an answer from the design team. I also would like to know how the head works. Is it a mask? Or is it the other side of the head?
Based on pictures from Wonderfest, it looks like it's a mask.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's good.
Yeah, but and it has the guns. Some people are saying, oh, maybe you can attach the guns to the head. I don't know. A third party will probably make a replacement head anyways. But yeah, I'm still just, I don't know. I do hate it a little less in the in-hand photos from Wonderfest, but yeah. I still think I'll get the toy because I'm interested in it, but I'm still just mad that I like Jetfire and they did Skyfire. But hey, I'm not surprised with this design team that they did Skyfire as the priority because, you know, the alt mode does look fantastic though.
It does.
Also, the nose cone and the legs have the battle damage. It's like just slight weathering basically. But yeah.
On to the next article.
Yeah, which is what's the next one?
It's very quick, actually.
Oh yeah,
It's
so the Studio
it's
Series
the Bumblebee
reveal.
Optimus.
Yeah, Bumblebee movie Optimus. The official reveal, even though it's already out. But anyways,
Yeah.
the actual new thing is the new deluxe Dropkick from the Bumblebee movie, the most accurate Bumblebee movie villain toy yet in Studio Series.
Yep.
Because he actually has this body at one point. It does change once he gets the helicopter mode, but this is a body that actually matches. Like, Shatter has the correct alt mode, just like this toy has the correct alt mode, and the helicopter does. But Shatter, while closer in robot mode than the previous Dropkick was to his robot mode, is still a far cry because it's based off of earlier concepts. This one, though, this is dead accurate to whenever he first gets his mode.
Yeah.
And he has the gun, which he pops people with.
Yep.
It's pretty...
It looks nice. I am highly intimidated by this 36-step transformation for a deluxe.
It doesn't look that complicated, though.
But it claims 36 steps, which, again, yeah, it doesn't look that complicated, but I'm like, what the heck is it doing?
Honestly, I feel like the Bumblebee... What are the steps for the Bumblebee movie? The Bumblebee toys? I'm kind of curious.
Not 36.
You should check that while we move on to the next thing. Can you check
Yeah,
what the Bug and the Camaro are? Because I'm very curious.
Did I save those notes? I probably didn't to make space. I did
We didn't
not.
talk about the Bug, did we?
I can check that because I actually still have their boxes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go check that.
Yeah, I do. They're buried underneath the desk, and I should have my audio clean because I'm recording, but it's going to die in 4 minutes anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, this Dropkick, very, very good. And I'm glad Studio Series is the other thing I'm very excited for because we know of some of what's about to come, but I think some of the things revealed will be surprises to us because we know very little.
Yeah.
Even though I really wish we knew stuff because of those fake listings.
Beyond the fact that we're going to be getting Constructicons and some scattered leaks that have been inconsistent, the only big thing we had was that one leak that was fake. So we could get.
We do know Dark of the Moon Leader Class Optimus. We know that at this point.
We do know that, and the Constructicons, and then with the most surprising one to me being Hightower being a deluxe, which.
Isn't Hightower already? Wait, is that? I thought
Hightower's. No, that's scrap metal you're thinking of.
Okay.
Hightower finishes the arm with scrap metal.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, so still plenty to see. Wait, what were you saying, Jared?
I have the number of steps for VW, Bug, B, and Dropkick.
What are they?
Volkswagen Beetle B 22, Dropkick 24.
Wow, so this is the highest deluxe, I'm guessing.
This is very high for a deluxe.
It doesn't look that difficult, so I'm very interested to see it.
Which is what scares me.
I don't know. I don't think it'll be bad. I'm very curious, though. I'm excited to see, and I'm glad they held back with Studio Series, because I'm excited to see what else they actually have at the show. Next thing is Toy Fair 2019. This is the last bit of Toy Fair stuff, I believe. This is the Super 7 like statues or the deluxe action figures. They only have a little bit of articulation. It's the Guts, Invisible Guts, Megatron, and then Optimus Prime with his insides. Cool. I'm not into
Yay.
these at all, but they look
11
interesting.
inches.
Yep. It says fully articulated. What is their definition of fully articulated?
We have arms. We're
So
as
basically
articulated
G1
as
Transformers,
the one voice.
articulation.
I'm
We're,
pretty
we're
sure
as
they have
articulated.
less. I don't know. Yeah, I find the fully articulated a little weird, but hey, if you're into these,
Are
they're
the
cool.
first inaccurate action figures of the original Generation 1 cartoon designs.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on to cooler stuff, we have Takara Tomi's presence at Wonderfest Winter 2019. This is cool. This is really cool stuff. So, okay, let's see. Let's talk about the fact that we get to see Brunt, Prowl, Soundwave, Starscream, and Jetfire all in hand, mainly Jetfire.
Yep.
They look cool. Jetfire is
2
massive.
comments.
What?
I have 2 comments
Yes.
to make. Soundwave is light piping.
Oh yeah.
Brunt
yeah.
has a different blaster color.
Yeah, I know it's not orange here; it's gray. So I'm
Is
curious
this-
about that.
Is there actually a difference?
Between Takara, I'm curious if that means the actual toy release is going to have a gray blaster, or if Takara's is going to have gray and Hasbro's is going to have orange. Because we do already know that the leader class Ultra Magnus is different. Gun color, it's red for the Takara release and white, or is it silver?
Mhm.
Silver, I think, for the Hasbro release. So
No, it's
it's what?
we're talking magnet.
You're cutting out. Are you gone? I think Michael's gone. I
Yeah,
don't know
he's
what
gone.
I don't know what he was saying, but the Ultra Magnus released in the U.S. has a silver blaster, whereas it is red for the Takara Tomy version in all photographs. Yet it hasn't actually been released, but the actual toy has been photographed with a red blaster. Starscream is tiny next to Jetfire, but they look cool. Also, it is the Jetfire mode, not the Skyfire mode. And yeah, he doesn't have the antenna, because some people were thinking, oh, maybe it's just missing the render, because sometimes they mess up the pictures of the render. Nah, it doesn't have it. And I'm not surprised. But it looks a little better in here than I thought it would, but still not thrilled about it. I think Soundwave actually looks remarkably good. Starscream looks better than he has previously to me. Prowl also looks better than he has previously to me, though I hate that light bar that comes off and goes on the gun. I hate that. I will never, ever take the light bar off of his alt mode. And Brunt looks freaking fantastic, though the gray gun does confuse me. So, anyways, we talked about those. Let's get to the cool stuff. Movie masterpiece Megatron and stuff were on display also, but okay, let's go least exciting for most people to most exciting. We have Masterpiece 45. Also, Masterpiece Hound is on display. It's Masterpiece 47. And Masterpiece 45, after Optimus Prime, which is 44, is Bumblebee version 2. This is a very much tune-accurate, both robot mode and alt mode, so it's a deformed, though it still has the Volkswagen licensing, which is very interesting. So it has that G1 cartoon alt mode and robot mode, which makes it have a ton of kibble underneath the feet and a ton of panels on the back in robot mode. And, you know, very weirdly proportioned face and such. He has his gun. He has alternate faces. He has 2 faces, like one with an open mouth, one with a closed mouth. His gun, a blast effect, and a Spiked Wiki minifigure. I believe that's it, and he is listed at...
No, you're forgetting the most important accessory.
What is it?
An iHeart New York license plate.
Oh yeah, he's the iHeart New York license plate. I forgot about that. And he is listed at $159.99 Canadian, which translate roughly to $120 US, which seems quite expensive, and I would agree with that. Though that sometimes Canadian prices are higher than what the US prices are, but I wouldn't be terribly surprised with all the massive engineering feats.
I think he was listed at 1,300 yen, or 13,000. 1,300 yen. That'd be $13.
Oh god, yeah.
13,000 yen. So $120 seems to be right. Which, given the complexity of the engineering, or at least assumed complexity of the engineering. He's got a faux chest, so immediately you got to smack $100 on him. Yeah, I look at him, and I look at MP21, the last version of Bumblebee, and looking at both of them, I'm just like, all right, maybe on version 3 we'll get it right.
Yeah, like a lot of people are saying they don't feel the need to replace her first Masterpiece Bumblebee. I am someone who is very against them redoing Optimus Prime again, and upon hearing the mere idea of redoing Bumblebee, I was disgusted and hated the idea. Seeing the toy, I actually really like this toy, despite its massive flaws, the kibble under the feet and the backpack. For some reason, I can't explain why, because I want to hate it, and I admit that it certainly has its flaws. I really, really like this Masterpiece B. I don't know if I'm going to get him, but I actually really, really like him. How do you feel about Masterpiece B now that you're back, Onion?
Hey, you remembered.
Yep.
Took you a while.
Indeed.
Should
I just do another episode to make up for it?
No.
Okay. What do you think about B, though? Also,
not keen.
What was your other thoughts on the Siege stuff? Because you were talking about the Brunt, does he have the gray, he's the gray gun, different colored gun, and then what else were you saying?
Soundwave light piping.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
What were you saying about the Magnus guns, too?
I was confused. I thought you were talking about Brunt.
No, Magnus specifically.
When at that time, and that's all I said.
That is the only difference so far between the lines, is that Magnus has a red gun in Japan with Takara, and in the U.S. and elsewhere with Hasbro, he has a silver gun. So there is a preference for a different colored gun in the toy line. I'll be very interested if that's the case, if that's actually Brunt, because you know what? If Brunt's actually different between the U.S. and the Takara release, I'll buy both. I'm going to get multiple Brunts anyways, so I'll get a Brunt with a gray gun. But,
Moving on to B.
He's been quite controversial.
I'm not keen, and I understand there is a lot of kibble that has to be shifted.
Mm-hmm. And like, I understand that it's poor and everything, but like in terms of like how visible the kibble is, though in all fairness, if you literally got a shell that you put on the inside of the feet, so like let's just imagine you take a yellow plastic thing, put it on the inside of the feet, and then from the right angle, just don't show the backpack, the figure's nearly perfect. Though the face of some people think is weird, in all honesty, it's very, very accurate to the cartoon. Yeah. If you dislike it, you just dislike Cartoon Bumblebee. Which is fine. I'm not criticizing you for that whatsoever. I'm just saying it is dead on. Yeah.
I still think this could. I think Dinobot was too good.
I don't know. I really like this thing, and I feel very weird because I was more disgusted than most people by the idea of this whenever it was rumored, when it was leaked that this is like the least things, and now that it's been revealed, everyone else is disgusted with the toy. Meanwhile, I really like it, and I don't know why, and it's very weird. I'm even considering buying it just to have as my definitive Bumblebee, since I've grown to love Bumblebee so much lately. And since it's if the packaging has 35th anniversary and stuff written on it, I think I may actually get it and display it with the packaging, like as a centerpiece type thing.
If I would not, I mean, I've not been able to really get masterpieces. I definitely cannot afford them at this point. And this one's the reported price tag that we got today, right? That was today.
160 Canadian, which is 120 US.
Yeah. Which sounds right for the masterpieces. But
this is smaller than most, so I don't know.
Yeah. It sounds right. I mean, because it's also a complex transformation. There's a bunch of accessories. But even then, but this is a lot for Masterpiece movie.
No, it's even a lot for Masterpiece. Like, what was Sunstreaker? Wasn't Sunstreaker like 110?
Sunstreaker, I think, was around the same price.
Oh,
that,
okay.
and that is the new. That was like one of the earlier shifts to this cartoon aesthetic that they're now trying to redo some characters in.
Him and Megatron.
Yeah, and Sunstreaker wasn't a redo, but yeah, and both of them went up in price. Sunstreaker was seemingly expensive to people then. It's funny how things change. Now Sunstreaker seems like a steal compared to this. But again, I'm really considering, and I don't like Masterpiece. I've sold off the majority of my Masterpiece. I only have Diaclone, Blue Streak, and Ultra Magnus, and I'm heavily considering this. Really, I want a repaint of it, but actually that's going to our question of the week. So anyways, but behind it, as I mentioned, we had the previously revealed Masterpiece Hound, which is now designated as 47. Though it's in gray now, it's not painted like before. But
He's 45, that's 47, and then we talk about what's probably 46.
So 46. No, I'm going from least exciting to most exciting. So next we have MP46 revealed, which is Black Arachnia, which I'm assuming will come with the web that's behind her.
Yeah, I assume the stand is going to be included.
Is the stand, though? The stand looks like something that I've seen before.
It feels...
I don't know.
It feels similar to the one we got with Dinobot and the one it looks like we're getting with Beast Megatron.
Right. It's there's a good chance that they're to further pad out her
price point, which we don't know yet, right?
The box set. I would imagine it's coming with one of those display bases again, her web, and maybe some additional webbing, and then
she's gonna have guns too. I was gonna say
she's gonna have her.
She's also gonna have to get her thorax from somewhere.
So we have seen pictures of her from the back, and I don't know. But yeah, so like all we've seen so far is a gray version of the robot mode with no accessories other than like no handheld accessories, how I put it. Yeah. She looks fantastic in robot mode, and for all those who are excited, who really want her, yes, she's the first Masterpiece female mold, not Masterpiece female toy, because there was Road Rage from the Trax mold. This is the first original mold, though, because I had the original head sculpt. This is the first original mold for a female Masterpiece Transformer, so that's cool. I guess she should probably have multiple faces, too. Or maybe not. She probably doesn't need them. I don't know.
This has also caused controversy because people are noticing she's got strong points on her chest area. However, that is accurate to the show. It's just a lot less known.
Lot more obvious.
Because there's a lot of strong yellow and black contrast.
Yeah.
That
so
obscures. It's the lighting. It's the gray plastic that's making it more pronounced. And
we're not excusing it whatsoever. Like, if you weren't aware, Black Arachnia has always had these proportions. She's literally based on a stripper.
Yeah, she is. And again, this...
So if you're offended over it now, I feel like you should have been already, in all fairness. But it does look far worse in the gray plastic, in this lighting.
I mean, I've also seen a lot of artwork since then, and it's just chest rather than points on the chest. So I understand why people don't realize it. And again, even watching the show, it's really hard to tell because you either got to get a certain angle, or you got to be really looking.
And we don't recommend just staring at robot chest.
Yeah,
very long. Just don't do it.
But with the objective of it being screen accurate,
it succeeds.
Yes,
and
it is.
And again, I think it'll look far less bad in color. Again, not saying it's really any better, but the reason it's far more painfully obvious is because of the gray plastic and the lighting. It makes it as noticeable as possible, whereas the colors will not. But hey, feel how you want about it. The main thing is, how does she transform? We have no idea. I think her alt mode's going to be garbage, but who knows?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, Michael, how do you feel about Bumblebee's alt mode? I'm just curious. How do you guys feel about the super deformed Penny Racer? I love that.
I'm not sure.
I actually really dig it. I can't believe I love Masterpiece Bumblebee version 2. He's like everything I hate about Masterpiece, and I love it.
Because
I
thought the message of the new Masterpiece was realistic vehicles to cartoon.
Well, but they already had the realistic vehicle. Also, did you see that it is licensed? It's licensed by Volkswagen.
The only thing is that the first MP21 was a realistic.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Is that it already
Volkswagen
was.
Beetle mode. I think the reason why they're doing the Penny Racer alt modes, or at least starting with Bumblebee, is because this is the only way that they're going to do this is the only way they're going to be able to do some of the other mini bots, specifically Cliff Jumper.
But people were thinking that they would only do it this way to do Cliff Jumper if it wasn't licensed, and it is.
Well, I think with Volkswagen, you can't really get around with not licensing it because of the fact that Hasbro at this point really needs to have that relationship with Volkswagen, given the Bumblebee move and everything. And it's a pre-established relationship, so it's like, oh, we got the license.
Volkswagen is canceling the Beetle.
What was that?
Yeah, it's
even
done.
though
It's
Volkswagen's
retired
canceling
this
the
year.
Beetle.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, still they own
still have the
the
rights, yeah,
license
they own it.
and everything.
That's true.
The main thing with doing this, I think, and going more cartoon with the vehicle modes, is specifically to get around Porsche. Because if they can get around Porsche, they can do Cliff Jumper and
Jazz.
That's why Porsche is probably the main reason why they haven't been able to do Cliff Jumper or Jazz. So do the super deformed
It's
Penny
not
Racer.
probably, it is 100%. It's just not confirmed. Also, that black and purple, is that called Hell Warp?
Hellwarp, yeah.
Yeah, Hell Warp, the version of Skybite you Photoshop, that looks really good.
Yeah.
I really like that. I forgot about that deco of the toy until you sent it, and I was like,
forgot.
what's that based off of? And then I was like, oh yeah, that's Hell Warp. That toy that I forgot existed that looks really cool, and in all honesty, I kind of want to commit to a custom of this new toy that's only $15 to look like that instead of going back and buying the actual Hell Warp. But yeah, anyways, yes, it's very possible that they're going to do it with Cliff Jumper. Who knows? I'm down for that. I would love to see Cliff Jumper get made, though I don't know if I would buy Cliff Jumper because it goes against my rules. So does Bumblebee, but I'm considering Bumblebee a break in the rules for the sake of a display for the 35th anniversary. I want the packaging to be special for the 35th anniversary. Though it's not for Prime, so I heavily doubt it will be for Bumblebee, but who knows?
But anywho.
Yeah. Moving on to... We only have, like, the
We're not done.
big thing, right? The big things, right?
Yeah,
Star
in this
Trek.
article.
So, we have two new gray prototypes of toys. One of which is a remold, one of which is a brand new mold. We don't for sure know how they're being released, but the one, it is safe to assume the remold, which is Star Convoy out of Power of the Prime's Leader Class Optimus Prime's mold. It is very safe to assume this is going to be LGEX exclusive, Legends toy, because it fits in with what we've seen with Diatlas and such. Which, by
Not
the way,
even that. The latest manga reintroduces not only G1 Optimus Prime, but also the Zodiac.
Oh,
The latest manga that they've done for LGEX reintroduces those things. So there's a chance that that'll play into teasing Star Convoy.
yeah.
In part because
Yeah, so we know the inner robot. We knew initially from the first pictures that something was remolded because the back of the backpack, the legs were remolded to be square instead of the curviness that Orion Pax is. Now we know that the chest is certainly going to be remolded, though we haven't seen that, because we've seen the head sculpt of that inner toy, and it is the first time ever that a toy has recreated the original G1 toy head of Optimus Prime. So G1 toy Optimus Prime is going to be the inner robot for this toy, which is neat.
and also
So you can take this toy and take the inner Optimus Prime and stick it in your Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime.
well, see, the only problem with that is if you wanted to really do like it's a Prime going into Prime becoming Prime, you'd have to
You'd
swap
have
the heads.
Yeah.
Switch the big heads. I realized. Yeah.
But
The other thing was that the fact that the Star Convoy's original box art sort of showed G1 Prime sort of evolving into Star Convoy. So
this is the actual realization of it.
right. And then the one thing is I'm really curious as to what the Matrix core will be.
Looks
Like if they'll bother just like coloring it differently and kind of in the pack-in material being like, oh, it's the Zodiac turned into a Matrix, or if they may redo it so that it actually is the Zodiac from Zone, which would be it's from Zone, right?
I
Yeah.
think so. If they
Yeah.
wait, no, he wasn't in Zone, was he?
He wasn't in Zone, but I think that I
It was
forget if
for
the
Zone.
Zodiac was introduced in Zone and then it came Zodiac
I don't know.
So TFT.
because it was
Anyways.
in the Battlestars like story
Uh-huh.
pages.
Uh,
Zone, yeah, there was
Okay.
it was the Zone cartoon.
So one thing to notice is that he has remolded like shoulders to have the shoulder guns, which I love that the turrets look like they can move up and down. New head, a new outer chest part, not the chest part that is the cab windows that are part of the inner robot. Those are the same. They just remolded the outside to make it cover up the windows so they look like the shape of the original Star Convoy, which a lot of people don't like as much, but it also has new shins. I think that's pretty much it that we can see. Oh, is the lower chest, the abs, are those new? That's new too.
Yes, those are new.
So, and then assuming the inner robot is probably going to have basically not all remolded, but like I'd guess the arms might be. They're probably going to be remolded too. Like we know the head's new.
arms
The
from
legs
the
are.
from
The chest is a given. It has to be. The arms
From-
and everything isn't a given, but should be.
from some of the pictures that people got close up, the folded up arms that he has look pretty much identical to Orion Pax's.
Oh, really?
Yep. At least from like the wrist area, like his hands aren't remolded, and like probably
Okay.
like his forearms.
Okay.
His shoulders probably
Interesting.
will be.
That's very
Yeah,
interesting.
this
I
looks
would
good.
I would suspect that they would remold the arms. I wouldn't be surprised with the hands, but like the forearms, they're very round as well too. But hey, we'll see. So that's all fine and dandy. That is the first
Problems with
redone.
forearms again.
Yeah, this is the first redo of Star Convoy ever, right?
Yeah.
The only other times that they've sort of homaged or done a more updated toy was the Kabaya kit. They reissued Star Convoy back in 2005, I believe, and he was in the original Battlestars packaging looked nothing like the G1 packaging. When they reissued him, they basically he's like what, number 300 in Japan. They redid him in a G1 style box, and then there's what were they called? It's a Scout class type figure. I don't know if it's called Scout though, from Animated, Animated Optimus Prime. He's got the star.
But yeah,
But,
so Star Convoy's happening. That's cool. I'm not quite as excited as everyone else, but I think it'll look really good in color, is what will sway me. Though I don't know if I'm going to get it.
I mean, if you want to see a version of it in color, you can check out my Twitter, because I've been digibashing like crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the actual paint I want to see, but...
Yeah, I think... Hello?
Hello.
I'm gonna go.
Is
Eric?
Eric frozen?
I think Eric died.
Oh no.
I'm still here. Can you
Are you
hear
still
me?
recording?
I'm still recording.
You can't
All
hear
right.
me? I'm so
But yeah, Star Convoy. I think he looks
Can you
pretty
guys
cool.
hear me?
He does. He does. Wait.
Like this is something that I was having
Whoa.
some conversations on Twitter, and one of the things that kind of popped up was that with Star Convoy, we now have a generations update body that G1 Optimus Prime had through G2, aside from Hero Optimus Prime and Action Master.
Can you guys hear me again?
Huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're back.
It was
Yeah,
weird.
you're
I
back.
could hear you, and I didn't realize it because I could still hear you. You guys couldn't hear me. I wasn't in the call, but I was
Oh,
listening
Eric's
to...
gone. You're gone again.
What?
Yeah, Eric.
What is Skype doing? This is weird. I'm so confused right now, but we're going to figure it out. I'm bamboozled, guys. I do not know why Skype's being weird tonight, but hey, let's reboot it, which is happening, and now let's join the call. Hopefully it'll be better. Let's see. Hello? What the heck? No. Everyone listening is probably very confused. There we go.
Let's.
Hey.
I say.
This is so weird. I don't understand what's going on with Skype. Before, whenever you guys couldn't hear me, I was no longer in the call, but I was still listening to the call. So I didn't realize that I wasn't in the call because I could still hear the call. It was weird. But that last time I actually got kicked out. So, but anyways, yeah, let's talk about that Armada Optimus Prime that's right next to Star Convoy, which is way more exciting.
Okay.
And see, the interesting thing with the Armada Optimus Prime is for both Star Convoy and for Armada Prime, they have little name tag like things that don't give much, if at all, any information. Star Convoy's is labeled S Convoy, and then Armada Optimus Prime's is labeled A Convoy. So that's another thing that's very interesting because if it was properly just specifically Japan, it would say either ML or MD for Micron Legend.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a whole new mold.
That's what we need to talk about. Is the fact it's a new mold, and that's not something that Legends is doing anymore. They're doing heavy remolding, just like the Star Convoy, but a brand new mold. That's not in the rules anymore. Basically,
the only time they did that was with God Bomber.
Yes, and I was going to say, and they haven't done that since they've matched up the lines. Legends has basically been.
Well, Legends is still basically relegated to being like these very one-off, like sort of celebratory pieces. It seems because we have a Big Powered is a whole like retooled set. I don't think Armada Prime is part of Legends.
I don't think so either. I'm very curious what's it a part of, because so to figure out where it's going to be released and how it's going to be released, we need to talk about the fact that it may not be the only toy in its release, because it is shown from photos there. He's combiner capable. He has the pieces to do so. His crotch splits. He has legs he has hands in his legs. So he's a combiner.
He also has hinges on his shins and a whole kind of intricate, what seems to be joint assembly in his like abdomen, which seems like it'll serve as an ab crunch in his smaller robot mode, but then will give him wide ranges of articulation in his shoulders in combined mode,
which is sweet. So yeah, it's very possible, because initially people were saying, what are the other Commander toys going to be? It's possible. No, I'm not saying this is the case, though. The Commander toy could be Armada Prime and the whatever that they choose to do for the command, because there were multiple configurations, weren't there?
You had his trailer, which could turn into a battle station, and then his super mode pants.
Yeah.
And then additionally, you had Jetfire and Overload, who could become shoulder cannons and pants.
Yeah, so the question
is, would replace the trailer legs.
Yeah, exactly. Are they going to go with the trailer, or are they going to go with Jetfire? I'm thinking Jetfire. Though they could go the trailer. I don't know. I feel like they would show the trailer if they were going with the trailer, though they may want to keep it a surprise, you know, that it's going to be a combiner.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But it's very possible this could be, because this is like Voyager-ish. The Commander class could be the combiner, which would still be smaller than Jetfire, but higher parts count type thing. So like it would still be probably leader class, old leader class size-ish, or maybe a little bit bigger. But the parts count would be far higher.
With how it transforms, with how we know the first one transforms, and looking at this, I would suspect roughly the height of Star Convoy we see here for it, since the torso admittedly is kind of small on Armada Prime.
Yeah.
For the combined.
But who
relatively, but legs are also massive, so similar, if not slightly taller, is my guess. I never owned the Joe, so that's again guess, but I feel that feels right.
But other than the fact that it could combine, like, do we like the commander price point? Is there any other theories on how it's coming out, Miguel?
Given the fact that, so if we're just kind of looking at what was revealed at Wonderfest, everything shown off from that was from Siege, Siege and Studio Series, the two things at the end, movie Masterpiece. Like, those are the three lines that are following this whole brand synergy type thing, right?
Yeah.
Everything that we've seen from those different lines is stuff that Hasbro's already revealed.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that if Armada Prime was something that was going to be released from Hasbro, especially in the Siege line, we would have seen it first at Toy Fair. We wouldn't have seen it here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's possible. It's possible.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know about Siege, but like, I still feel like it has to get a Hasbro release because it's a brand new mold. I don't know.
It could, but then the other thing that looking at the mold itself, it looks already from what the smaller cab robot can do. It already looks way too expensive for something that would get released Hasbro mainline or Hasbro retail in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe a store exclusive online or something.
Yeah.
And then even that's where my thinking, because like looking at it and kind of projecting forward as to how both Sparkplug and the pants, if we just kind of deem it like that, this looks to very much be a very high end, but still stylized, almost Generation style version of Armada Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that we might be seeing the debut of a new line that's specifically high-end Generations. So giving basically a Generations kind of scale and aesthetic, but throwing like Masterpiece quality budget at it.
I hope you're right, though I have to admit almost nothing would back up that line of thinking, other than the fact that it's complex. In terms of what we've seen and what we can expect from the toy line, that would be something brand new.
Right, and that's the thing. Like,
that's why it's hard to knock it down because there's nothing. It's not like you're basing it on something else.
I'm basing it purely on the fact that what this Prime looks like, and the fact that it's like they're being very cagey about what this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's does, and I think Miguel's onto something with that line of thought. At the very least, it's not because we're trying to fit it into something that we know exists, where very rightfully this could very well be something else, something we don't know.
And I think Takara was very smart in the fact that they put it together with Star Convoy, because Star Convoy very much lines up with what Big Powered is, and they're kind of teasing toward that in LGEX. So throw Armada Optimus there as like, oh, like no one will think that. Everyone will be like, oh, it's an LGEX release, but then it's like, this doesn't match up that well, because why would you be doing a whole new mold for Armada Prime where it doesn't really fit into Siege?
I would really like someone to ask the Hasbro team. I'm sure people will, about this, because this is an official reveal too. This is a leak, so this is something that they can address. Though they could play it off and be like, they could answer straight up and just say there's no plans for it in Hasbro, or there's possibly some plans for an exclusive release, and they give a dodgy answer. But who knows? I don't know.
It could just be like Takara pushes it out, and then Entertainment Earth gets it as a release, just like the Masterpieces.
Yeah, no,
but
it's very possible. I
definitely think that this might be the start, even if it's purely for the 35th anniversary, and they maybe do like only a couple of releases.
Mm-hmm.
But I could totally see them, even if they even just focus it on revisiting old convoys. Like, do
Yeah.
Armada, do, like, I don't know, do Lio Convoy, like, go kind of nuts. Like, do them, and then
Fire Convoy.
that'd be too much. I wouldn't be able to
I'm
handle it.
scared that I'm now scared they're going to do another Galaxy Convoy.
How crazy would that be?
Okay.
If, like, by, like, next year, we have, like, basically Hasbro's, like, Galaxy Convoy attempt, and then this, like, high-end,
Unit.
like, super stylized one.
And they somehow managed to give the combined mode ankle tilts.
Well, the combined mode for Hasbro's has ankle tilt, so...
Well, it's because it's using the wrong feet. It's using the wrong combined feet.
Yeah, but you could remold the feet. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be hard
Well,
at all
like,
with the combined.
I'm just
ankle
saying the original Galaxy Convoy toy, those feet don't make any sense.
No.
tilt. No, but
Those legs are blocks, but
look at
and
this
if they,
Armada Prime. They're gonna stylize it. There's no way it would transform the same. Like it'll have ankle tilt. I bet if they do it.
well, I mean, there's got to be pieces that go pretty similarly.
Yeah. So
It's not
I'm very
Drastic
curious
as
to
much
see
watch.
what Hasbro's, if any comments they have on it at Toy Fair. By no
Mhm.
means do I think we'll get like a reveal or anything. Though, how nuts would it be if you're right, but it's like a co-branded thing and it'll be like an Entertainment Earth? Because the Entertainment Earth Masterpiece releases are still through Hasbro, aren't they?
Yeah, their Hasbro release has been.
So like
but
it's a Takara product. Hasbro's just releasing it through Entertainment Earth. So
Yeah.
it could be the same thing. How nuts would it be if the surprise thing at Toy Fair was like, oh yeah, that Armada Optimus Prime's up for order at Entertainment Earth right now.
No.
It's impossible. But
No,
like,
you know what'd be nuts? You know what'd be nuts? You know what I want? I want there to be, like, in the back of the showroom, a display case that just has the pants.
no, not the Prime, just the
No,
pants.
just have the pants, but kind of, like, articulated. So, like, have them be, like, they actually transform into, like, articulated legs. Have them in a pose, and then at any time someone just asks, like, what is that? They'd be like, we don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Just some pants.
There's another. No, I got it. There's a full on display like they did for New York Comic Con Prestige, and then the pants are just painted into that.
Oh, that'd be nuts. Wait, there's gonna be a new diorama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. The new diorama.
That will be cool to see. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
Oh no, it's gonna be littered with Omega Sentinels.
with
Oof.
It's just gonna be a bunch of broken. Oh, Megatron's gonna be in the throne. He has to
Yeah.
be in the throne.
Yeah.
I need to see the throne with Omega Supreme head. But yeah, so as much as awesome as it is, okay, actually we do have more Wonderfest. I forgot. First, before we get on to the thing that I love, we
I
have
thought you loved this too.
what? I mean, I
Right.
like this, but I'm not super into this. Is
Oh no, I am.
Revel Tech. Oh wait, no, it's also in this article. Never mind. The first thing we were to talk about is the Revel Tech Optimus Prime,
Yep,
which
the
was a
amazing
surprise.
Yamaguchi Optimus Prime specifically. So it's the amazing Yamaguchi subline of Rebel Tech, which is basically like, we're sorry, the line, like, here's good Rebel Tech toys, and this Optimus looks amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not going to transfer.
Yeah.
Which if you
So,
know, Revel Tech is,
no.
you know that.
July release at 7,500 yen. So, $70 or so.
Now, probably not going to get the Optimus. When they eventually do a Nemesis, I will absolutely buy it. Because the toy itself looks very good. So yeah, there's that, and that's cool and all. And they also have the 3A Bumblebee and Blitzwing figures on display, which look fantastic. Also not transforming, but God, they look good. Is it the Prime Studios statues that are on display? For,
I think so.
yeah, Prime 1 Studios with the Sentinel Prime, which, oh my God, Jet the Sonic Corpse Mode Optimus. Oh no! I said I was going to get every Sonic Corpse Mode Optimus that comes out this year. This is a statue. This isn't a toy. It's a statue. It's not a toy. They also have Bumblebee, which looks very good, and Blitzwing, who also looks very good. But who cares about all that when we have MP10, 3 new MP10s, which one of them is called Elephant. Oh my God, we have an Elephant convoy.
It has a Decepticon symbol, Eric.
No, I want it so bad.
Miguel.
I also want Biotech. Yeah, it basically looks like a minty fresh version of Nemesis Prime, with some like weird stylings on the side
With
of the wheels.
white tires. It has white tires.
Ooh, I forgot that it had white tires. That's even cooler. But he has this like weird pattern on the sides of the shins. But they're all styled deco-wise to these shoes that are behind them, and it's the retailer they're partnering with for this is called Atmos. So there's that Prime, the Elephant. Then there's Biotech, which is like a gray with gold and purple detailing, which also looks gorgeous. And then there's my favorite name, least favorite design, is Duck Camo, which the shoe is camo with orange and like brown and black. The Optimus itself does not have any camo paint on it, but it does have mismatched greens that are like the opposite of the other side. Which is an interesting effect. It's the most interesting of the three, I think, but not. It's my least favorite of the three.
He has camo like designs on his forearms.
Oh, he does.
I thought that was just paint filled in. Oh no, he does have. Okay, he has a small stripe on the forearms. Yeah. Well, which will probably give it a stripe in the alt mode, won't it?
Yeah, it's not full on camo like the shoes are, but like there are sections.
No, the stripe is totally the camo. It's totally camo, but the rest of the toy is not at all.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Also, there's a bit where the back wheels are. That also has the camoing.
The same place that's on the Elephant Prime, those almost like zebra stripe type thing, get down by the bottom of the shins.
Oh, I did not notice that on
the side shins, yeah. But
yeah.
So yeah, I really want the Elephant and maybe Biotech. I have no idea how expensive these are going to be. It's probably going to be awful to try to get these, but
they're only making one.
Wait, what?
What?
They put the 3 out on display, and the people in Japan are voting on which color scheme they're actually going to make.
Oh!
That was something that didn't get reported that widely, but I've seen enough people mention it and confirm that it's a vote, and Elephant is winning.
I'm not surprised whatsoever.
Yeah.
And as much as I would also like
Duck
to see
camo win.
Those dots are for.
Wait, the dots are for voting?
Yeah, image 20.
Oh, no, I know the image you're talking about. I had no idea what those dots were.
That makes sense. That makes more sense. I'm just gonna say.
So if you're
Because I was
voting
like,
for
what the heck is that supposed to mean? It's just people putting stickers.
Is Duck Camo beating Biotech? Like Elephant is clearly winning.
Yeah.
Is it?
But Duck
It's
Camo
hard
is
to
in
tell.
second place.
Is it?
It looks like it is.
It's a little more spread out though. It's your job now to count these. No, but this is cool. I really hope Elephant gets made, and I hope it's not terribly difficult to obtain. I know it's going to be hard
Or
to obtain.
expensive.
That's what that means. Terribly hard to obtain means more expensive to get.
I can think of one website that I could look for these. I know that this will probably run like $300. I mean, I'm spitballing, like $300.
Probably.
If I could get it like 250's pushing it, like 200 would be fantastic.
And that's assuming that this isn't a thing where it's like, oh, you got to buy these expensive shoes or whatever.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm wondering. Part of me is like, can I justify this by like taking like, okay, these are going to be my next shoes after the current 2 pair that I have now. 2 pair, I have 2 that I like. I don't wear multiple pairs of shoes. I have 2, like, as in I'm wearing one. Once they're worn out, I will move on to the second pair.
Or,
That's
alternatively,
exactly how I work.
Could the shoes have enough resale value
to justify So you could get money back on the Prime.
Mhm.
Who knows? Will they even be sold together?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Watch
We'll
them,
have to
watch them
stay
just
tuned.
watch them just sell the shoe, and the figure was just for show.
But then they wouldn't do the promotion.
Very fair, but it'd be kind of hilariously disappointing and
something-
angering.
Something just happens and they end up like releasing the shoes and like, yeah, we had these Prime, it didn't work out.
But
Yeah.
these aren't the only masterpieces we still have left to discuss, because we still have one more surprising, which is also one that I don't want to want, but kind of do want, but still I don't think I'm going to get it, but I want to get it, but it's complicated. And that is Masterpiece, so MP18 Plus, Blue Streak animation version. So it has a new head, new, coloration and stuff, with blast effects for the gun and the shoulder cannons. He also has multiple faces. I didn't realize that till just now. So he has 3 blast effects, like one small one, one medium one large one. You can place them both on the gun or on the shoulder cannons. And yeah, this thing looks really good.
Yeah.
How much is it going to be?
I think I
It's on
saw.
pre-order at Entertainment Earth. I know that now, actually. So you know what? Let's
I
start at
think,
Entertainment Earth.
He's like 110.
That might have been 100. Was it 110 US or was that 110 Canadian? Because I remember seeing that number alongside the new MP Bumblebee,
That could
which
have been
was
110 Canadian. He might be like 90.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to say it's closer to like 90, but I don't know. Yeah, no, it's $80 with free USA shipping. Oh man,
Eric Durantra.
I might actually do that. It's free shipping
Uh,
from Entertainment Earth, which their shipping is the main thing that sucks. Not bashing on Entertainment Earth.
You could buy it on BBTS.
They have 80. How much? Why would I want to do that? They don't have free shipping.
They have $4 shipping, and it's better.
But this is free. That's not better. Free is better.
No, I mean it's better quality shipping.
What?
Actually, wait, maybe it isn't. You might be paying $4 for the same shipping that's free. Ignore me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I don't think it's better shipping. They also have. I didn't realize they have the MP, the Plus Wheeljack also coming with free shipping. All their Masterpiece figures have free shipping.
Yeah, they have Prowl, Wheeljack.
Yeah, Prowl Wheeljack, the Plus versions. They have Megatron on pre-order for $320, Beast Wars. Movie Masterpiece Megatron on pre-order for $160, and then MP44 Optimus $440. Oh my god! With free shipping. Free shipping for that $440 toy you're buying.
Just buy it on Amazon Japan.
What if it sells out? What if it sells? How long do you think it will take them to sell out?
Now, see, if they start clearancing it, how low do you think they're going to go? Or no, actually no, clearancing, they'll probably just sell it to like BBTS or something, because they
Yeah.
also wholesale.
Yeah, they do wholesale. Oh god, I might have to get this Blue Streak. Which, I don't want to. I want to. God, Masterpiece, I was just escaping your grasp, and you're pulling me back in. They're doing the things that, oh my god. Blue Streak makes sense, though, because Blue Streak's one of my favorite characters, although specifically Blue Streak is.
Does Silver Blue Streak have the normal Blue Streak head?
Yeah. Yes. Like
Because
Silver
Blue Streak has the Prowl head.
Yes.
So you need Blue Streak, Silver Blue Streak, and then Anime Blue Streak, and then you'll have every version of the Blue Streak mold, essentially.
Wait, now I'm debating, because that was called Silver Streak, wasn't it?
I don't remember, probably.
What head did that use? No, I'm actually... I think I might just use the Prowl head. It's a Prowl head. It's identical molding to the Blue Streak.
Okay, well, I mean, that makes sense, because it's the toy deco.
Yeah. So,
Darn.
in theory, I don't need it. Kinda. I want the new one, though. How much is that one, anyways? How much would that run me on eBay? The old one?
Probably,
Do you think it'd be...
probably like 100. With the old, the original?
Yeah, the actual Silver Streak.
Silver Streak or the original retail release?
Are they different? I'm confused.
Silver Streak was a convention exclusive.
Wait, it was?
Yeah.
It's $65. I didn't realize it was a. Okay, I'm confused now. I forgot they were two different things. I just, in my mind, I blended them into the same thing. What's the difference?
One's silver and the other one's like
Oh, I see. Yeah, one's
the
black.
brown.
Or,
Yeah, brown
well,
one.
yeah, darkish. Does it have a different head? Now I'm looking at the actual. No, they both still use the prowl head, I think. No, oh, come on. Now my computer's being weird. I'm like doubting myself. Or is it different? Maybe it's different, actually. I may be wrong. Let's look at this. Oh, it's a different head. I lied. They both have a different head. Yeah, they both have the blue streak head. I was wrong. It is not the prowl head. The blue streak has the prowl head. So you are correct. They are different molding. So I need either the silver streak or the regular blue streak, and then I also need the animation model. No!
No, get silver streak, get anime blue streak, and have your blue one, and you'll have the perfect blue streak trio.
And only one will be blue, which I hate.
It'd be great if the blue one was called Silver Streak.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, blue streak, Silver Streak, and streak. Blue streak the silver one, Silver Streak the blue one, and then streak, and there's no streak on them.
Jeez. All right. Anyways, moving on. Transformers, the card game. We have revealed Superion, who has Alpha Bravo, which is the only reason I bothered including it, because yay, Alpha Bravo. Also, we are getting triple changers. I didn't link that, but that's happening. Yeah. Sorry, card game. You're not very important this week.
Yep.
We have way more stuff. So, next thing is there's a music video for the origin story of the Bots, and you should definitely watch it because it's awesome. There's not really much to talk about.
Yes, I mean, this has been out for a while.
Yeah.
But I think it got posted again. There's a foreign language version.
But watch it, because why not?
Yes.
Next thing is there's a comic coming out, apparently, in Japan. It's due out March 28th, and it is, what is it? What's it called? The Transformers. It's not in English, so this is hard. Is it called Mazinger?
Mazinger Z.
Basically versus Transformers. So if you're into Mazinger Z, that's cool. They're siding with the Mazinger pilot Koji Kabuto, while the Decepticon sides with Dr. Hell. Cool! So if you're into that, that's cool. Another crossover. I don't like Transformers crossovers, so there's that. Next thing, let's get into some third party, and that is, let's go into Studio Series first. We have colored samples of Toy World's Knight Orion, which is pictured next to their... Oh, it's pictured next to colored pictures of the next thing we have, which is their Bulldog. In the one picture, and then it's an actual like fancy photograph for the other. This toy looks fantastic with the exception of the eyes, which are completely dead. Which makes me wonder, do they have light-up eyes? Because I don't think their other toys seem to.
They might.
But the eyes are neither purple nor blue, they're gray. Which makes me think this thing's got to have light-up eyes with how amazing the rest of it looks. There's no way they would, because you look at it, it's just, there's literally nothing in the eyes.
No, they're referencing the color of the eyes as he appeared at the start of The Last Night, where he was floating through space.
Oh yeah, Miguel brought up a good point in the chat. I don't think we've mentioned MMC's Fort Max. So if you're not aware, I don't have a link to it, but I can add it in the show notes afterwards. MMC, there was this guy who was going around Twitter, had designed a IDW Fort Max, and said that MMC had rejected it. But he just wanted people to see the idea. So eventually they decided, oh, let's do it crowdfunding, and so it's currently doing that right now, isn't it? They're like,
yep, they're at 33% funded. They have their goal is to have it fully funded within 30 days. They need 800 pre-orders. They're crowdfunding it through Planet Steel Express, and the details of it are, if you opt into the PSX crowdfunding campaign, you'll have the ability to purchase it when it does get released, slated for next March, at the $230 price point, I believe. They're asking for a $50 down payment, won't charge you for the rest of it until a figure actually gets released. And and if they can get it up to, I think it was 1,200 people backing it, they'll be able to drop the price to 200. And this is for the like crowd-funded batch. They have said that when MMC actually goes into, if they decide to go into full production rather than this limited production run, they'll most likely charge more for it. So it's high. It's a very, from all of the, because he's the Rick's the guy's name. I forget his last name. Is the designer who's shown off all the different stuff. Fort Max looks incredibly articulated. It's going to have diecast. It's going to be about 11 inches tall, kind of comparable to Carnifex.
Rick Acker, by the way. Acker is his last name.
Okay, Rick Acker. Bunch of guns and everything, and then I think they've settled, at least preliminarily, on a color scheme. So he's going for a much more more the Meaty Eye Season 2 look, and the last colors that they were, because they were bouncing off a bunch of different colors, the last colors that they kind of tweaked look great. This looks so, like, personally, I think this looks really good because the only other option on the market is Perfect Effects Warden, which comparatively looks like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is that Warden, because Warden, they wanted to do a Headmaster mode so badly, and I think he suffers a lot for that. And also his tank mode isn't that accurate. Meanwhile, this one, from all the brief glimpses you see of Fort Max's vehicle mode in the comics, this looks pretty accurate to it.
Mm-hmm. So it is quite fantastic. If you're definitely interested in that, I added it in the show notes. Go support it. But yeah, back to Studio Series. Third-party Studio Series. We have the Orion, which... Wait, is it called Orion? No, I'm like blanking.
It's called Orion.
Orion. Okay, yeah, I was right. Which... We don't have a picture of the alt mode, which I'm very interested to see the alt mode, because, like, Challenger does the amazing job of turning this robot mode into the alt mode, and this this looks like it's even more impressive than Challenger, which is very hard to do. But yeah,
I just have a bad feeling it's gonna.
No. You're cutting out, Jared.
Turn it. Just gonna be a pain.
Jared, start over. You cut out terribly.
Better.
Okay, keep going. Jared?
Is that it will do Alien.
Okay, well, he tried. Weird. Anyways, yeah, it looks good. I'm very curious. I would like to see it from the back, and I would like to see its alt mode. So, oh, Jared, you're back.
For my crappy internet.
Okay, Jared, now give your thoughts again. Let's see if we can get it. Third time's a charm, right?
All right, my greatest fear is that toy is going to have the transformation of Alien Attacks, Optimus Prime.
Don't even say that. That's terrible. No, but yeah, this appears to be, because we were both thinking that this was MPM before, Movie Masterpiece, but it appears this is actually Studio Series scaled, so it's supposed to be like leader class. So this is not Movie Masterpiece, so we don't have to get rid of our Challenger, which I'm glad, because Challenger's amazing. But I'm looking forward to another version of this design. I very much hope that it starts to get... I hope Toy World releases this and Bulldog, which we'll talk about next, very soon, because they've announced so much stuff, and they've released none of it yet. So they need to start releasing stuff, and I think these two things look like they're about ready to go. So yeah, speaking of Bulldog, which is in the picture with it, also in the next post, we can see that we finally have colored images. We had colored images of the alt mode before. Now we have colored images of the robot mode, and dang, this thing looks good. It's exactly what it's supposed to be, and man, it freaking kills it. I love the alternate head. I think the alternate head makes it even better with like the gas mask type thing. Like I'm glad it has the accurate head. He has multiple heads. Doesn't wait? I see. I
think he's got hats.
Yeah, he's got hats. So he's he has three. No, he has three faces. If you look at the picture that is just the faces, there's two different masks, and there are two hats. So there's the movie accurate hat, and then there's the big hat, which is seen on the the shots with the main gas mask, but then in the shot with the alternate face, all the faces, you get to see the other gas mask as well with the smaller hat. Which, hey, this thing's cool.
I've just been reminded of "Are You My Mommy" from Doctor Who because of that gas mask.
But man, this thing looks so dang good. I cannot believe it. Who all here is interested in getting it? Michael.
Me?
Are you actually going to get it?
I'd like to.
Wow. That surprises me.
I mean, it's a very unique vehicle. Honestly, the robot mode looks pretty clean.
Yeah, very.
And hopefully I don't hate it as much as I hate transferring some Studio Series figures or some movie figures.
What
Because
Studio
this is the
Series
third-
figures do you hate?
Honestly, most of them.
Studio
Well,
Series?
not necessarily hate. Hate's too strong of a word. I just don't have fun doing it.
Really? That's interesting.
Like
Anyway,
Stars, yes. Stinger, yes. Chimera, Bumblebee, yeah. Pretty much everything else I fear when I want to transform them.
Jazz?
Oh, Jazz. I forgot about Jazz.
Lockdown?
I don't have Lockdown, but I'm not.
Oh, you don't have Lockdown?
No, I never got Lockdown.
Oh, well, you won't be scared of transforming Lockdown. There's nothing scary about him. I'm not saying that he's super fun, but like he's very simple. He's very straightforward. He trans exactly how you think he will, very easily, and very good though.
Yeah.
But anyways, next thing is something we had for last week that I ignored because I didn't care about it because it happened like right before we did the show.
Started.
And I didn't add it because I was like, oh, I'll just add it in next week. Big mistake. But anyways, it's Mech Fans Toys MS-19 Flame Commander, Legend Scaled Rodimus Prime. It has the trailer and everything. Has a bunch of accessories. His gun, his target master, his saw blade. His trailer turns into a gun station. He has a matrix that goes inside of him. Which why couldn't they? Why couldn't Magic Square one, which I know is a different company, it's not Fans Toys, do that with their Ultra Magnus? But anyways, yeah. Oh, see. Oh, he has other guns. Oh, wait, no, that's the two guns combining, isn't it? Yeah, the two guns combined. Okay. So yeah, there's that. If you want a Legend Scale Rodimus Prime, I don't care about Rodimus Prime that much to have him in Legend Scale, so I'm fine with my Power of the Primes one. But if you really dig the Legend Scale and you need a Rodimus Prime, it looks pretty good, though it's not in color yet. So, and then last third-party announcement, which we don't have an actual picture of the toy, we just have a picture of a sketch of the toy, is Zeta Toys has teased with a Happy New Year that they are doing Predaking. Which everyone, so I've seen a lot of people going, oh my gosh, another Predaking, seriously? In all fairness, no one's done a Predaking in the new scale of the Masterpiece Combiners. Like you could say the other ones are Masterpiece Combiner if you want them to be, but they're not. They are not nearly big enough. The only one that would be is Titan class Predaking. Really, I think none of the others are big enough. So. This is really the first one, so like, while I'm not interested in it, I really don't blame them because they are the first one to get at it, so cool. Again, not interested, but hey. Anyways, that's it for the news. So, Jared, what are our pretty pre-orders for the week?
Okay, the pretty pre-orders of the week from November because
Oh no.
Flame Toys Fury model kit Thundercracker. Looks really good. Really, it's
Jared,
most
your
likely
internet
inevitable.
sucks extra today. I don't know
Thanks.
why. It's really bad today compared to usual. But yeah, it's the Transformers Flame Toys
Yeah.
Thundercracker model kit, which, hey, that looks good in blue. I don't need to get the Starscream now, just like I
It
didn't
does.
need to get the Optimus because I got the Nemesis. However, I cannot wait for Skywarp. Because Thundercracker looks good, Skywarp's going to look
Same.
real good. And then the other one is just the Entertainment Earth that I added in just now because it's the free shipping on the Masterpiece MP18 Blues Plus Blue Streak. Oh, it doesn't come out till August. Pre-ordered. I don't have to worry about paying it till August. I will totally buy that. Okay. Yeah. Signing in right now. Anyways, Onion, what's our question of the week? Did I write who it was from?
Question of the week is, what repaint would you like to see of Masterpiece of Bumblebee 2.0, I presume?
Yes, the new one. Did I say
I
this from
assume
Mateo Potato?
from Tanner because I thought I said Tanner before.
Nope, it was from Mateo Potato.
Oh, Mateo? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Because that's supposed to be tap out, not tapper.
He said tapper.
Okay, then
Maybe he meant tap out. Maybe that auto-corrected.
Yeah, that might have auto-corrected. Yeah, Mateo Potato. It says, I personally would like to see glyph or tapper. I'm assuming you mean tap out.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Is it
I'll
bad?
make that assumption for you.
Wasn't Tap Out a redeco of Cliffjumper though?
Yeah, it is Cliff Jumper.
Is Glyph the blue? No.
Glyph is the blue one.
I want Bug Bite. Or is it Bug? Is that not the? Is that the third?
That's the
party?
white one.
That's the
Or
white
is
one.
that's the actual name? I thought
Yeah.
it was the third party. Okay, yeah. I want Bug Bite or I want Glyph. Either blue or the white with the purple, the evil one.
Yeah.
Gladly take that. Wait, free shipping. I'm confused.
Red Bumblebee.
Again,
No.
The toy colors. Do another toy colors. Red one. But have that one be the one that comes with the battle face.
Okay, so fun fact: if you order the whatchamacallit, the Blue Streak, the tax is $5.60. So your total will be exactly $85.59. If anyone's curious about ordering the anime accurate Blue Streak.
does that only count for your state?
Yeah, I guess it may be by state. So if you're in Pennsylvania, that is true. I forgot that they do the tax by state. So yeah. Also, how do I finish the order? I'm so confused.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Glyph. I agree. I'm just trying to think if I can think of anyone else.
Bug bite, bug bite, bug bite.
Glyph. Animated
Oh,
colors.
Animated colors?
Yeah, it's actually different. It's much more of a green rather than a blue.
Oh,
Actually, no. Do do movie colors Bumblebee.
ha!
Give him the racing stripes.
I was thinking, a crazy one because it's not G1, but since you just said one that's not G1, Wasp.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
totally buy a Wasp.
Shattered Glass Bumblebee.
What color is Shattered Glass Bumblebee?
Technically, it doesn't exist.
They've never shown him. He jumped when in the 2008 set. He's Gold Bug, and then
Animated has a Shattered Glass Bumblebee but it's basically Bug Bite.
yeah.
Interesting. Anyways, yeah. So that Blue Streak's pre-ordered. This week's mascot is Model Kit Bisque in honor of the Model Kit Thundercracker. Miguel, are you ready for your job?
My real job or this one?
This one. This is your real job, Miguel. Treat it like it.
See, you disappointed me because you should have said that from the start. Also on Nerdy Geek Talk this week, the Brotato Podcast, Episode 1. What should we title this episode? ? NGT Updates, Episode 1, Takara Wonderfest, MP Black Arachnia, Star Convoy, Armada Optimus, and more. On the first episode of NGT Updates, we talk about and by we mean Eric, talks about breaking news of Takara's Wonderfest reveals. MPB2, MP Black Arachnia, MP Hound, LGEX Star Convoy, New Armada Optimus, and Sneaker Primes. So basically, go back in time
and listen to Eric's fresh from the oven thoughts on the all of the new reveals that we've already talked about this
Yeah,
episode.
basically, you've probably already listened to that if you're going to. It's something new I'm going to be doing. I'm probably going to do it for other. I'll be doing it for Transformers stuff too, but also non-Transformers stuff. The next thing might be Marvel and/or Star Wars, actually. But they'll be short, so like preferably 5 or less minutes. This one was longer because there was so much stuff. They'll never be over 10 minutes, I imagine.
Are you gonna record? Are you gonna record any for Toy Fair? Because that'd be wild if you're on the live stream.
I don't think so because I'll be on the live stream, but you know.
I kind of want you to try.
I should literally just have they'll reveal something, and right whenever I'm about to give my take on it, I'll like hit the record button and just talk about it.
Or anytime you keep telling them you have to leave or you're gonna mute yourself, and then you record. They see you recording something, and they're like, "Eric, what are you doing?"
That'd actually be really funny. But yeah, also the Brotato podcast. Did I mention what it was about whenever I said to go check it out earlier?
No.
It's about we go over some questions that have to do just interesting topic like conversation questions that have to do with like music or like different entertainment stuff that led to some interesting conversations. But also we are trying this new thing throughout the week. We were looking up different sleep cycles that people attempt, and there were 3 primary ones I think we found, and I'm trying the no, that's not the biphasic one's the insane one. That one is oh wait, no, the biphasic one's one I'm doing, where I sleep 5 hours at night and 1.5 hours during the day, like a short nap. That's the easiest one. The one my brother is doing is the everyman cycle, which is 3.5 hours at night, and then 3 20-minute naps spaced evenly throughout the daytime. Then the insane one is the Dymaxion cycle, and that is 4 30-minute naps spread equally throughout the day. So you're awake 6 hours at a time, essentially, 5.5 hours at a time, and sleep 30 minutes every 5.5 hours. Which is insane. Neither of us are trying that one yet. Or hopefully never.
I remember about that one, and that once you train your body to do that, it will instantly be able to recognize it needs to immediately go into deep sleep. So, and that's when you're really sleeping.
Yeah, so
Do that times a night to do it. So if you're able to train your body that way, you can be up for 22 hours and feel rested.
yeah, it is by far
It's
the
just
most
going to
difficult.
suck. It just, from what I've heard, it just sucks getting there.
Yeah. So we're trying this out. We're going to report next week. I have some interesting things. We're going to try new things every week. So this is what we're doing. That wasn't actually, we didn't come up with that till after we did this. So now we are going to do things every week. So it even happened with the first episode, but really interesting conversations. I highly recommend, if you don't even want to, recommend checking out the YouTube channel as well. But if you don't, especially because he is a punishment, he's going to have to talk about Transformers this week. So if you like Transformers, check the Brotato's channel, because I'm forcing my brother as a punishment to talk about the new Transformers reveals. So that will be funny.
Why are you punished?
Why are we punished?
Wait, that's a loaded question.
Why are you?
It's because there's rules for uploading and stuff. My punishment is I have to do 100 push-ups a day for a week now. We have rules set in the first episode in terms of like when to upload, length, that kind of stuff. And if you break the rules, then the other gets to create a punishment. So yeah, he broke the rules because he didn't upload a video this past week because he was super busy, and now we both were super busy, and I messed up mine, so I didn't have time to edit it down, so mine was too long past the requirements, so I broke that first. Then he didn't record one because now we both, after this week, have realized we're going to start recording them ahead of time, not the day that they're supposed to be uploaded, so that way we have time. So this doesn't keep happening because we don't want to be submitted to punishments. But yeah, so check that out for Transformers. But if not, definitely check out the podcast because I guarantee you the podcast will be a great listen no matter what.
Can the name of this episode be "Why Are We Punished"?
Why are we punished? Sure. But yeah, so that's about it for this. If you want to, again, the Brotato's podcast will be on Nerdy Geek Talk for the first 3 episodes. The first one's up now. Next one will be next week on... I'm going to upload them Sunday. We record Saturdays they'll probably go up Sundays unless I decide to start uploading them on Saturdays. But yeah, so for that, other stuff, and more NGT updates. Also going to try maybe do an NGT reviews this week. Do you think we could do that? Well, we'll try to get something. We'll see what happens. Whether it's NGT reviews or something else, we'll figure it out. There are some more things coming, so definitely stay tuned to Nerdy Geek Talk. Subscribe to anywhere you listen to podcasts. On YouTube, they're back up there. So YouTube, but also Apple Podcast, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, Podcast Addict, all that good stuff. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you could probably find us. Nerdy Geek Talk is the network. And yes, it's actually going to be a network again, not just Steel City Bots. So definitely subscribe for that and follow at Nerdy Geek Talk on Twitter to be notified as soon as podcasts go up. You can also follow at Steel City Bots on Instagram and Twitter for, fun stuff there. And I'll probably be posting more stuff about whenever the show's going up and also asking for fan questions because we only have like 2 more. Before we are out, so I'll be asking for another post soon for questions. Personally, you can find me at Eric Krober on Twitter, also at Brotato Brothers on both Instagram and Twitter. Just saying, you should go follow. We'll follow you back, I promise. I don't do that with the other podcast accounts, but this one I'm trying to grow as fast as possible, and it's a very different type thing. It's not a news type thing. It's literally just discussion and that kind of stuff. It's just fun stuff. So that account, I'll follow you instantly if you follow me. So if you want to follow for a follow, I know some people are super into that. Go follow at Brotato Brothers. At Inrush Prime on Instagram, if that's your thing. I've been posting a little bit more there recently. I want to rob a Krispy Kreme truck I saw, because I love Krispy Kreme, and there's none within 2 hours near me. So I posted that on Instagram if you're interested in that. I think that's about it. Eric Crown over on YouTube. I swear to God, I'll have something soon. But in all fairness, I've been getting other stuff done with the Brotato podcast, videos, NGT updates, so you could cut me a break. But yeah, there'll be something soon. Speaking of something soon, hopefully, Michael, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at SoundJack426. My YouTube channel features toy reviews as well as my podcast, Soundjack's Rambles. My Instagram's where I post photos of my toys, and my Twitter's where I hang out, so come on by and say hi.
Do you label your Soundjack's Rambles episodes by number?
I do.
Okay, cool. What number are you on?
53, I want to say. I honestly, I don't bother in the episode itself. I only bother for listing it.
Interesting.
Listing the video. I can tell you that the Cyberverse episode was episode 50.
Okay. You might get.
I just started numbering them. I'm like, it's just all different topics. I didn't really need to number them, but I'm going to keep numbering them because it doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. Cool. Miguel, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at Logos Minor, where lately I've been posting digibashes of a bunch of stuff. A lot of the new reveals that we've gotten. You can see Armada Optimus Prime in color, along with it recolored as Nemesis Prime. Earlier, I posted up Hellwarp and Cybershark from Skybite, and last week I did Omega Sentinel and Lugnut Supreme from.
Oh, Lugnut Supreme is the greatest thing ever. If you're not following him, you need to follow him just for Lugnut.
Some of them are a bit more rushed than others. I kind of start to get impatient, especially when I really want to get it out there. So, Hellwarp out of all of them looks really rough. But then I closed Photoshop without saving, so I can't redo it. I can't fix my mistakes. Just have to live with them.
That's life.
Or you could start over again.
No.
Or he can live with them. Jared, where can people find you on the internet?
Okay, you can find me on Twitter at dreadprime_. That's where I'm at basically all the time. Other than that, you can take a look at my Nightbots on Insta at Pro00.
God, your internet is awful tonight. I don't know why it's so much worse than usual. Usually it's like iffy at like, a point or two in the show, but like, geez, it is rough tonight. You're skipping like crazy. You said, what's your Instagram? Procjar what?
Jar
Nice.
Pro 00.
Jar Pro 00. Okay.
2 zeros.
00. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Twitter's Dread Prime with an underscore after, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. I think that's about it. Oh, speaking of social media, a little tease for the Brotatoes podcast next week. I'm actually going to have some really interesting conversation about social media with my brother, because I was listening to another podcast this week, and my mind was kind of blown in terms of like this discussion I want to have. So definitely stay tuned for that, because no matter how you feel about social media, I guarantee you will find it interesting. So, thanks for listening, and this has been a very long episode, and we'll catch you next week after Toy Fair and all that stuff. Yeah, make sure you go listen to Radio Free Cybertron's live stream. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sayonara as well.
I was going to say, someone needs to say Bayonara. There, it was done. Bayonara.